Football 93, proudly brought to you by Mitsubishi Motors, BP Australia, Carlton and United Breweries, Telecom Australia, McDonald's, Nike, Ansett Australia, and Foodland. From Football Park, Adelaide take on Richmond, under lights on AFL Today.
Hello and welcome to Football Park in Adelaide for the commencement of round 16 tonight. It's Adelaide up against Richmond, and for the Crows their first aim is to continue to win, to try and get into the finals for the first time, and beyond that to finish first, third or fourth in order to have the opportunity to host a final. But they also need to finish above the West Coast Eagles as the leading non-Victorian club. Finishing in first, third or fourth position will qualify to be eligible to play a final at home. That's all in the future. Tonight they take on the Tigers, who are right on cue. They've had a few chances in the last couple of weeks. They led Collingwood by 6 goals in the second quarter. They led Footscray by over 3 goals in the third quarter, yet they've been unable to put 4 quarters together. Now tomorrow, Collingwood and Footscray play in one of the big matches of the round, both with finals aspirations. So Richmond certainly has the ability, but they have been struggling. Tony Modra really made a name for himself in the opening round when he kicked 10 goals against the Tigers. 71 goals later, 81 for the season. He's a bigger star than ever. Well, the last time they met, as we've already told you, it was a one-horse race. But Richmond didn't have Hogg that day. Leeds didn't play. Hogg was a late withdrawal. Modra got 10 and Adelaide won 28 goals 10, 178 to Richmond 12, 84. This match was sold out the first day. Tickets were available. 46,500 again tonight. Quite amazing, as I introduced Don Scott, to think that we're in the middle of July, the middle of winter, and a game that most people think Adelaide's nearly a certainty to win, and we've got a full house.
It amazes me. I just can't get over it. Even driving here tonight, the traffic on the road to this venue, it's just staggering, really. But they're very enthusiastic football people over here in Adelaide.
Some key players, Tregenza?
Well, he's one across across the centre line, but also Anderson and Schwert. Schwert is I suppose a relative newcomer who's in the original squad. McDermott, Bickley, McGuinness, they all pick up a lot of possessions, but he across the centre line is an important player, together with a few others.
And for the Tigers, their keys?
Free, I like the game of Free. I've watched him a couple of times this year, and he is a key because he can play as a tagger or he can play as an attacking player. There's the Adelaide side, a very, very good defending side. They're only second to the West Coast as far as points conceded this year, but I don't think they'll line up like that. I couldn't imagine, although Pittman did a job last week on low, I don't think he'll play at centre half back. Jarman probably on into change, and there's a good side in Richmond, I suppose you'd say, if you're a Tiger supporter, but a good fellow coming into the side is Livingston and Tyson. Livingston's got to be a good player coming from Box Hill.
Okay, Don, it's a pretty good requirement, you reckon, to come from Box Hill to play in the AFL. Robbo will be joining us, Ian Robertson and Max Stevens on the boundary line. We'll be introducing them at the bounce of the ball after the break.
Telecom MobileNet is the world's most advanced mobile phone service.
Welcome back.
With around 500,000 customers. Of course, with that many customers, it's not surprising that some decided to try a competitor.
Welcome back.
Less surprising is that many of them, like those listed here, are returning. To them, we'd like to say,
welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Telecom MobileNet. We're talking Australia's own.
It's Brash's Big Brand Bonanza. Big brands at the best prices, with nothing to pay till November. No deposit, no interest. Famous Sony Trinitron 34cm remote colour TV under $500. Brash's won't be beaten on price. If you buy from Brash's, then see the same product advertised for less, Brash's will refund the difference plus 10%. Save on the sharp mid-drive hi-fi stereo video with sensational sound, just $696. Don't miss the Big Brand Bonanza for a short time only, and only at Brash's.
At Agostino Mitsubishi, we've even beaten the price rise on the sporty Lancer G or Coupe. But hurry, this price cannot last. and I'll guarantee you'll always get a fair deal. If not, I'll shave off my mo.
If it only saves you once a year, it's a good year.
Saturday nights, a marvellous special from underwater adventurer Ben Crock.
And here we have the lot. Plant life, insects, lizards, birds, turtles.
You've never seen anything like it. Learn the secrets of a coral cay on John Riddell's World Around Us, 6:30 Saturday nights.
Then the mystery of Aladdin.
Can you make me a prince?
Yes! How do they bring us that movie magic?
Gotcha.
Could we be one step closer to permanent life in space? Take a magical ride on Beyond 2000 after World Around Us Saturday.
Welcome back to Football Park. Max Stevens on the boundary line. A bit chilly down there, Max?
It is a bit chilly, Bruce, but we had a beautiful day in Adelaide. Not a cloud in the sky, and that's the case tonight as we checked the forecast. Fine but cool, overnight low 6 degrees, humidity 75%. The wind, well, none whatsoever. Goal advantage, none as well. Ground condition, excellent, but will become very slippery as the night unfolds.
Max Stevens of the Mitsubishi Motors Ground Report. Max, I reckon you might go for the Crows tonight.
Certainly will. Made a fatal mistake last week. I went for St Kilda, and there is no way possible, Bruce, I'm going for Richmond.
Welcome Ian Robertson to the telecast. Do you agree with Max?
Oh, I think the Crows can win, Bruce. I expect Richmond to be competitive for, well, pretty well up to half-time, but the Crows look a very formidable unit, and with the tremendous incentive that they've got of making the finals for the first time since they've been in the competition, I don't think they'll let this one slip.
Don Scott.
Yes, the Crows for mine. And interesting looking out there. The Pittman is going to centre half back for the Crows. The big ruckman, Jarman and Wiedemann. I need to change.
McDermott on Knights. There's McQueen and Hodges. They're in the goal square to the left. So Adelaide kicking to the left, Richmond to the right. Bond picks up McGuinness. There's quite a bit of tagging going on early. Wren got the first tap.
Blue down in the goal square for the Adelaide Crows. It could be McQueen and Hodges. The ball at full forward now for Richmond. It's tapped back. Jamison. He's at right half-back flank. The boys are still in a dust-up back there in the goal square. Howard and Modra and Hodges and McQueen. So plenty of action early. The Tigers are fired up. And it'll be a game, I'm sure of it. Richmond won't come over here without making a contest of it. McDermott being the general. There's McQueen. He was very fired up before the ball was even bounced. And McDermott will kick Adelaide into attack.
Bone and Bullis are at it. McGuinness is involved in a fight as well. It's happening everywhere here. Well, what a start as Esler gets his hands on the footy at half-back. Knights gets a quick kick away, gets crunched out on the full. Still Bond and McGuinness close together. The goal square seems to have settled down.
Bullis and Groom also, Bone also pushing and shoving.
Here's Schwert, kicks the ball to centre half forward. There's Bullis and Bone, smart at the back, looks like he might be playing an attack again. Campbell breaks away from McDermott, kicks the ball out wide, good looking kick though. Wren gets back cleverly as he often does. It hits the deck, quick handball away. Schwert, chance for Wren, good give there to Anderson, back after an injury after one match out.
And Anderson, who was supposed to be a bit suspect, got away nicely and kicked it with great length. But Richmond have been awarded a free kick just wide of centre half back to be taken by Lees. Good Shepherd gives McQueen the chance to clear out towards the wing, but there's no one home for Richmond, and Risciuto marks on centre wing member side of the ground. He kicks it with great penetration. Oh, and it's a beautiful kick. Modra somehow got some space and is marked on his chest.
Good kick by Risciuto. Bad marking by Howard. He's got the job on Modra, you can see there. It's all very well being physical, but you've also got to be able to concentrate. Well, Richmond not being able to concentrate on that occasion.
Modra is about 30 metres out. 45-degree angle. Really should convert. What a lovely kick. It's a goal. So the first goal of the game to the Crows, kicked by their exciting forward, Tony Modra, and they lead by 6 points.
It's quite obvious from the start, even before the ball was bounced, that Richmond were coming out physically aggressive. They really did take it up in a physical way to the Crows, but the Crows are answering, and this is the only way possible on the scoreboard. Modra, his first.
82 for the season. 11 times he's kicked 5 or better. It's been quite a remarkable year for him. Ren and Esler. Esler got his hands on it.
Oh, Anderson down.
Free couldn't quite take it. Quick giveaway. And the kick coming from Campbell. It's a high one to about half forward. Rashudo was the last man in. Free, clever. Daffy goes towards full forward. Good looking kick. So a better build up there by Richmond. Here's Richardson. Now that's why Pittman's playing in defence. He's got the job on this young teenager.
And he's not a bad teenager at that, this young fellow.
Took something like a dozen marks in his first game.
6 against Richmond in round 10. And it's a very good play. Against Sydney, I should say, playing for Richmond. And he's given that a hook. And is it out on the full or no, through from behind? So a point to Richmond. 18-year-old. Really exciting prospect. As we take a look at the bench for the Tigers, Menegola there, and Tyson, and away go Adelaide.
The ball is wide out near the wing, and a good mark taken by Campbell. Handball away, Knights, and that kick smothered off the boot goes over for a boundary throw-in.
Livingston now with a job on McDermott. You can see them 43 and 10 together. Livingston playing his first game at 25 years of age. First AFL game. Knights tried to crash his way through, couldn't do it. McDermott was over the top. McGuinness quickly tackled by Bond. And a free kick going to Adelaide against Richmond to Stephen Rowe at half-back. Was he going to give it over to McGuinness? No, Rowe.
You're right, Bruce.
Yeah, McGuinness.
I think Bond was just a little bit overzealous there.
One of the big kick getters in the competition this year.
Good mark.
It was running back. Scotty against the flow. Stretched up and took it well.
Yes, good stuff there. And the hand pass away for Campbell, who's already had 3 kicks. This time to hand pass. That's very, very awkward. In all sorts of trouble there is Daffy. And the ball held in, and the umpire giving the Richmond player the benefit of the doubt.
Not much system there, is there?
Well, it's still in Adelaide's forward half. Esler beaten for it by Big Pittman. The kick goes wide, out towards left forward pocket. All players overrun it. Getting back is Callaway. Bond is in the action. Now McQueen. Shepherd very severe. Free. Forced to bomb away. It's not the way the forwards want the ball delivered. Here's Lambert. Gets the hand pass wide. Out in front of Bauer. Bauer, who is very quick. Probably travelling a little bit too quick for himself. There was young Bauer, and couldn't control the footy. A bit of pressure applied by the Adelaide Crows defender there, Scott Lee, and it's over for a boundary throw-in. Bauer, number 22 for Richmond. Fairly successful footballing family. Up goes Pittman. The ball comes to Rashudo. His kick goes in towards the centre of the ground. Well done, lip tap. 1-on-2, and he won out. Back there is Campbell. Handball, not too bad. Lee's under a bit of pressure. Bullis overruns it. In there to help is Callaway. Handball over the top. Now the chances for Livingston. He kicks the ball in towards centre half forward. Oh, that could be nearly a free kick. No, play on, says the umpire. Back goes big Sean Wren. A very intelligent big player. Jamison. Now McGuinness. Handball over the top. The Crows will get out of trouble. Rashudo tries it to himself. Now is that holding the ball? He still had control of it. The umpire allowed play to go on. Players overrun it there. Campbell and Rowe. And Campbell is the recipient of a dubious free kick.
Interesting matchup, Campbell with Rowe. We'll be paying Rowe a compliment by placing Campbell on him, John Northey. He's got some runners on the Adelaide runners tonight. One of them is Bond. He's a kick off the side, out on the full. Scott Lee to bring it back in.
They're not as clean in disposing of the ball at Richmond as what Adelaide are. Adelaide did it well coming out of their back line early with a series of handballs, whereas Richmond, very static.
Huge job for Bond, tagging McGuinness.
Ren's set hard a task. Knights should set something up. Handball inside Maxfield. The tackle was strong. Here's Ben Hart again. Just turned 19 years of age. Hasn't missed a match in the last 37. Rowe takes the mark. Held up for a moment. Kick 4 against the Tigers in the opening match. Good looking kick to Anderson. He's at 60 metres.
That was supposed to be for Hodges.
He's a long kick, Anderson. Doesn't quite get that. To the effect, it's a goal. Well, I said he didn't quite get it. It's a goal.
Well, it was a very good kick. And that's one of his tremendous attributes, isn't it? The fact that he just loves to kick the ball long with terrific penetration.
Well, this really was meant for Hodges, who was on a lead. It was a missed kick, but he was in the right position, Anderson. A long kick from out of 50. And a goal-kicking wingman. That's what you need.
If his hamstring was all right. So the ball back in the centre. It's all Adelaide so far. They've kicked 2 goals straight. Big Wren, lip tack. But Matthew Knights, who put Maxfield under a lot of pressure with his hand pass that gave the Adelaide Crows possession at half-back, which finished it with the goal to Anderson. There's Scott Lee on right half-back flank. Look at the crowd here. You can see in the background, don't they love their footy? And I'm sure they've come out here with a lot of high expectations, thinking that their team can beat Richmond quite convincingly. Wiedemann and Andrew Jarman on the bench. I believe Andrew Jarman's form last week was pretty good, so it's promising for him coming up towards the finals.
Love to be sitting between them to find out what they're talking about, wouldn't you?
Well, quite relaxed so far. Turner couldn't take the mark. McGuinness is there for Adelaide. His kick smothered. Schwerk, McDermott, Tregenza. He's gone. You must be penalised, surely. Well done. A good tackle. And he's rewarded. It's Bauer. Tregenza.
Slow. The move was on.
Bauer. Forced to kick high. Crumb gatherer. Lambert. Hogg. In trouble. Still in strife. Lambert. Shot for goal by Craig Lambert is just offline and through for.
It's interesting, Lambert following up there. He gave the initial handball to Hogg. Now, from where I was sitting, Lambert was in the position to kick the ball, yet he handballed it to Hogg.
Ben Hart to bring it in. It's 12-2 on the 7 Sports scoreboard. Adelaide by 10 points. Pittman provided one lead. He goes towards Pittman. Wren's there as well. They spoil one another. 2 big ruckman. Bauer tackled forward. McGuinness snared it cleverly. Right foot kick to centre wing. Lip tack and Kellaway go for it. Good duel. A bouncing ball. Quick kick away by Lees. Keeps it in. Nice kick. Rashuto attacks it strongly. And
it was good by both, Bruce, wasn't it?
Excellent. The other player,
Livingston, I think.
Yes, going very hard as well. Tim Livingston, and he's a big chance here for Richmond on McDermott, and they both attack the footy. Haven't played many games between them, those two. 125 and 118. There's Lambert's handball to Bauer. Bauer's kick towards full forward. Richardson the target, making sure he keeps his hands off him was Jamison. Here's Wren. He's quite a player to Schwerk away. Touches it once, can go again to the touch. Probably again if he wants to. Balances up this time. It's a smart at half forward with him, Lees. Well played, Lees. Was a terrific thump away. Then goes to ground. Tries to get a handball. Campbell had to chip his kick because he had a Richmond player's hands underneath it. Lip tack cleverly off the ground. Running to the boundary line, McQueen and Hodges. And over the line and out of play. Hodges, who got 6 last week, leading goal kicker last year, struggled this season. But this is the important time for him and Modra to get some cohesion.
Well, both starting in the goal square, Bruce. Adelaide goal square.
Rowe overruns it. Hard at the football was Callaway. Picked off by Liptak. In towards full forward. Out comes McQueen. He taps it on for the advantage of Free. The ball's still in a danger area for Richmond, but Free gets it out. And the mark is taken downfield by Livingston. Livingston's kick. In towards the centre of the ground. Gee, they're making it hard with those big bombs. A little bit more system would certainly be an advantage. Another opportunity for Bauer, who's been quite damaging early in the game on this right-hand wing. The kick in towards full forward. Hogg, good gather. Slippery little hand pass, Free. Kick towards the front of the goals. It beats Schwerk. Go after it there, Maxfield, he does. And he kicks a goal for the Tigers.
The name of the game is Australia.
The international version of Magna is making a big noise overseas. One reason is that it has a great V6 engine. Now Mitsubishi is proud to introduce the Magna V6 to Australia. Luxurious, refined, and with all the power you need. Mitsubishi Magna Executive V6, sedan and wagon, a welcome addition to the Magna range.
You took a house and made it a home, gave it yourself, made it your own.
At State Bank, we make it possible for more South Australians to get a house, so more South Australians can make a home.
You took a house and made it a home, gave it yourself, made it your own. You took a house and made it a home, gave it yourself, you made it your own. Yeah, you took a house.
State Bank, helping more South Australian homemakers than any other bank.
Now there's a product to positively reduce oil consumption and exhaust smoking. Winds Charge. Winds Charge also reduces wear, quiets noisy engines and improves performance. Because when it's winds, it works.
How do you clear a blocked nose? With a decongestant tablet? Or with Vicks Sinex nasal spray? Most people think that a tablet is the best treatment, but it's not. Recent clinical studies show that the ingredient in Vicks Sinex opens up a blocked nose much more than a decongestant tablet can, which means you can breathe much better. Vicks Sinex, clearly better breathing than a tablet.
When you pull into BP, you have our promise that we'll do everything in our power to serve you as fast as we humanly can. So after you pick up the pump, we'll make sure it's always clear and activated within seconds. It's a small thing, we know, but it's something that we take very seriously. BP, on the move.
A man charged with murdering his wife. An all-weather speed camera is on its way, and Grease star Craig McLachlan gets a bomb scare. It was all on 7 Nightly News.
The happiest family event for the Larkins.
I love you.
The wedding of the year, except there's a major hitch. Pop's arrested.
That lady is telling a lie.
Great family viewing. The Darling Buds of May, 8:30 Saturday on 7.
Well, we're halfway through the first term and Adelaide lead. They've kicked 2 goals straight, Richmond 1 goal 2. A contest in the centre of the ground. If Essler can stand up will be terrific. There's a free kick that could go to Richmond and a bit Randall Bone. Have a look at that. He's not happy with that umpiring decision. It goes to Tony Free.
And Wren's hurt behind play. He's limping after that clash in the centre bounce.
Good play by young Richardson. Well done by Lambert. Daffy overruns it, but he's got time to get back. Left foot snap, right to the goal line. Ben Hart, is he interfering against Hogg?
No, Hogg interfering with Hart.
Well, Hart has it. He hand passes quickly to McGuinness. McGuinness across the goal front, and he kicks it very, very well out of the 50-metre line. And Jamison takes a safe chest mark.
It's a great kick, wasn't it? Bickley's touch, and he's grown in status in this club. Now one of the big 3 or 4. Goes to centre half forward. Bullis got back well. Smart tries to run through with it. Couldn't get away, and it'll be the umpires at centre half forward, Adelaide attacking.
Bit lucky then that he wasn't penalised. If there was no free kick for in the back, he had the football underneath.
Tigers just 4 points behind. It's been a spirited start. McDermott and Livingston off the ball. McDermott gets his hands on it. Besieged, can't get rid of it. Looks for a free kick. Quick kick away by Richmond. Taken by Turner. Back in after a long absence. Handball out wide. Battle on here. Daffy. Risciuto with him. Good pressure. Lee takes the mark at half back. Anderson short in the centre if he wants him. Lee, who's just missed 1 game in 2.5 seasons of footy. Smart flew high. Good mark in the front by Bone, who's plays on quickly. Modges on the long lead. It was a very poor kick. Pressure on Kellaway. Handball on the up was reasonable. Bond gave it back. And Howe pretty happy in the end, I think, to see it go over the line and out of play.
Well, I don't think the Adelaide Crows could complain about the slick hand passes, could they? We've seen them deliver a few over the year.
Centre breaks favouring Richmond, but it'll be interesting to get Max Stevens' opinion of this ground at quarter time, because to me this ball very hard to handle. Maybe it's because of the heavy dew.
Well, watching the young players play the curtain raiser, Don, they were having a little bit of trouble handling the football. Richmond haven't here. They've done well. It was McQueen combining with Knights, and then Lees is on the end of it, and he's running dashingly straight down the ground, kicks out in front of Hogg. Over the top was Ben Hart. Kick off the ground by Lambert has been marked by Rashudo between the fullback and centre-half back position. He kicks quickly out to this member's side of the ground. Tregenza, hard at him was Turner. Little tap on for the advantage of Bauer. Well done by Bauer. Off the left foot, in towards centre-half forward, and the mark is taken eventually for Richmond by Maxfield, who is their only goal kicker at this stage.
Good play by Turner to get across onto Tregenza. Bauer behind, just let Tregenza go and really didn't make an effort to get up. But Bauer, I suppose, fortunate in that situation that Turner did all the work and made him actually look good.
Well, that's what team football's all about, and it could result in a goal for Richmond. Here goes Maxfield. A lovely long kick. It's just offline and through for another behind for the Tigers. Richmond, who 2 weeks ago gave Collingwood a very, very good game for, particularly the first half, and last week they led Footscray up until three-quarter time, the Dogs running over the top of them.
McGuinness from Wren to centre wing in front of Smart, out of play.
Big job for Lees too, Bruce, on Nigel Smart, who's been excellent when playing on the forward line for Adelaide.
5 goals against Footscray, and been very good at the back as well. Still McDermott and Livingston at it. Bone gets in front of Essler. They lock arms. No one getting away. McDermott tries to get a handball to Tregenza. Lambert goes to ground. Quick handball was very good to Free. Wren has to sit, wait. Does it well, very well, extremely well. Rashudo, who's an excellent footballer. Jamison to Tregenza, who thrives in this situation. Goes up towards Modra. Did he get a little sharp? Play on called. Now looking for a free kick, scooped away. Bickley's got it. Back to Schwert. Tries to square it up. Long left footer. Good chance here for the Crows. Rowe running onto, well played Campbell. Excellent against the Tide. Through for a behind.
Well, Richmond could look at putting Essler down at centre half back. As soon as the ball is out of his vicinity, should drop back as his opponent Wren's doing on the other end, because what they're doing, they're leaving the forward line open. Hodges and Modra are starting in the goal square. They've got the whole forward line in which to move. But if Essler could get back, at least he'd block a kick.
Howard goes to the far side of the ground. Good kick, well outside 50 metres, but it's punched back by the Crows. Here's a chance for Bickley. Running into goal, difficult angle. Bickley has performed a miracle. That is such a good goal kicked by Mark Bickley, and the fans love it. With 10 minutes left, Adelaide 3-1, lead Richmond 1-3.
Well, Bickley, whether he's playing half back on the ball, is an important player. It's well done from behind. That was Wren, I think.
Yes, it was.
Very attacking when you're caught in a position as what Wren was, to punch the ball down. And there he is playing on the ball.
Well, I just can't get over the fact that this ground is absolutely jam-packed. What does it hold, Bruce? About 46,000?
Yeah, 46 and a half.
And their average crowd this year has probably been over 40,000.
Between 44 and 46 and a half every time they play.
Incredible. Away go the Crows again. Scott Lee scouting that half-back line. He's kicked towards half-forward. Lees gets rid of Smart. Out comes McQueen. His kick drops in short. It's been well marked there by Tregenza.
In the centre square, Hodges provides the first lead. Tregenza goes out towards him at half forward. Hodges sits underneath it, waits. Well done at the back, McQueen. Quick kick away. Anderson, Knights and Liptak there. Liptak to provide some sort of a shepherd. Anderson sweeps the handball back to Pittman, who goes back to Anderson, who's got Bickley very short. Not a good kick, Anderson. It was poor footy, and Bullis gave it away to Bickley. Bickley's with a little chips okay to McGuinness. Couldn't quite, or did he hold? Play on called. Tackle on him was very good by Bond. Bullis gets a second opportunity. Gave the last one away. Sweeps a handball. Sits and waits Knights. Gets around cleverly. Then goes around the big bone. Gives it back to Bullis. Bullis' awkward looking kick. A chance now for Free. Back to full forward. Hogg in the front spot. Hart's done pretty well on him so far, but still early days. Little chip round the body. He's a pretty good player, that Hart. Now McGuinness goes to Wren and Adelaide out of defence.
And Anderson, diving, made the Wren pass a good one. A little kick along the wing. Bickley. She's a terrific link-up player, Mark Bickley. He's kicked towards full forward. Out in front was Howard. Oh, taking it off the pack. This is perfect footy. Rowe hits the post.
Actually, I thought there might have been a free kick to Howard against Modra when Howard attacked that ball. But the umpire right there, so he had a better view, but initially I thought there was a free kick against Modra.
Brilliant roving of the pack there by Stephen Rowe. Unfortunately, his shot hit the post, the kick in, and a good mark. He's a strong boy, and in front, it's difficult to stop him from marking. That's Randall Bone.
Wag told me during the week, a taxi driver, they can't wait to point the bone at Collingwood in the last game.
Not a bad get. Well,
it's not real muscle definition there yet, is there, with Bone? That'll probably come through maturity.
Well, he's a big boy and still only just 19 years of age. He goes for goal from 50 metres, gets up and under, and right on the goal line, it's helped over by Scott Hodges and his opponent, who is Mark McQueen, and it's through for one behind to the Crows. 3-3 to 1-3. There's Big Wren and Bullis, and the kick goes in that direction. Essler's there as well. No mark taken. Bauer tries to get it out. Livingston's under a lot of pressure. Bauer goes in. McGuinness, Bond. Look at the harassment by the Adelaide side. Eventually McGuinness into the path of Bickley. Bickley's kick in short. Taken by McQueen. He plays on quickly. Goes to the far side of the ground. Out there is Knights and Anderson. This man has got plenty of talent. Matthew Knights off the right foot. High kick. And a good mark. Well done by Turner. And Pittman minding the mark. Turner plays on quickly, kicks it in towards the centre of the ground. The mark taken by Tony Free.
Squares it again to Bauer, who's got some space. Hogg will be the target. Cutting it off Rashudo, couldn't quite hold it. Hart provides a Shepherd. Rashudo with some opportunities now. Goes long. McGuinness the target. It's a well-weighted kick. Oh, great mark.
Actually, he's doing a terrific job. He's got a groin strain. Now I think he limped a little bit getting up, but gee, what a terrific effort by McGuinness.
Jamison. Probing kick to half forward. Getting back was Lees. Rowe should handle over the top. Well, that's just as good. Modra to kicking second. Bang through. Exciting footy at 4-3 to 1-3.
Well, Richmond have made a change too. Coming on is Tyson, going off is Bauer. Tyson will probably go onto the wing, picking up Tregenza, and here's the build-up. Two hands should have been Lees. Modra by himself. Well done by Rowe. Well anticipated initially.
Don, have you got a comment to mark there? Bauer.
I think it's a disciplinary thing, maybe.
Disciplinary, right. Well, Bauer, taken from the ground, has had 5 kicks and 1 hand pass, and coming on to take his place in his first game for the Richmond Football Club is young Tyson
from Haileybury College.
Adelaide lead by 3 goals. A chance again. Smart missed it. Still overran it, and eventually a free kick picked out. It's going to the Tigers to be taken by Brian Lees. Goes to the far side of the ground. Making good position out there is Callaway. Again, forced to kick high. 1-on-1, and Pittman just...
Howard, I should say, but he held his ground. 46,780 we've been told, Robert. That's the...
It's terrific.
That's the maximum.
Great for footy.
Now McDermott. Wide. Bickley. From 55 metres. Goes short to Modra.
Oh, free kick he did.
Howard giving him a crunch. And Modra getting the free kick.
Oh, dear.
Well, he's got a bit of a mark on the chin. Look. Check at the
difficult angle. Difficult angle for a right footer.
He did well. He got up quickly, didn't he? No nonsense stuff, and that's what footy's all about.
Check side.
See how it goes. Not bad. Very good. Well, he just might have it all, this young fellow. 3 goals, and you can kick them from... 5-4, 1-3, 34-9. Lambert's handball out of the centre. The Tigers now to go forward.
Now the kick by Livingston up towards half forward. Again, just too high. Oh, that could be a free kick against Rashudo. No, Lambert got a little bit of space, but forced to kick with the right foot, and he did it pretty well in the finish. Just waiting it nicely for Jeff Hogg to run in and take a good chest mark. Ben Hart not all that far away. So Hogg, who would have to be one of the best kicks in the competition. Don't the Tigers need a goal? 5-4 to 1-3 at the moment.
Watching Livingston and McDermott behind play as Hogg lines up.
And striking for just that little bit of extra distance. He hooks the kick and it's through for one behind.
He's not overawed, Livingston. He's niggling McDermott at every opportunity. There they are. The boy from Box Hill on the left. And as I said, he's got to be a good player coming from Box Hill.
Just got the joke, Don, a half hour later. That's where you came from. You should have warned me with these things when you do an opener like that.
Johnny Murphy coaching Box Hill in the VFA. The kick goes out towards the wing. Good mark taken by Campbell. Looks to give it to Bullis and does. Short kick by that player finds Lambert. But he's a long way from goal. He'd be at least 2 kicks away. And Craig Lambert, who likes to give hand passes, doesn't often kick the football, does. And a good mark taken by Turner. Deep in the right forward pocket for Richmond. Probably would be within scoring distance. Pittman, the man on the mark. But the difficulty with Scott Turner's kick is going to be the angle. You can see the boundary line and the 50-metre line. So that'll give you a good idea of what he's confronted with. Real goer, Scott Turner. Shot for goal. Just offline. And I tell you what, the goal umpire was going to give a behind. And what the Banbury umpire's given it out of bounds on the full. I can't believe it. Anyway, the kick goes wide and a good diving mark taken by McDermott.
To centre wing. Smart the target. Punched away by Bullis. Campbell and Liptak. Now Kellaway for Richmond. They need a goal, the Tigers. Essler tries to get there. Smart gets his hands on it. Schwirt.
The skill level is just not quite there. Kellaway just couldn't make a clean handball to Essler, put him all under all sorts of pressure, consequently turnover.
Schwirt from centre wing. Modra the target. Not a bad kick either. Modra's onto it.
Well, I think I'd be making a change pretty quickly.
John Howard hasn't got the agility.
Modra was looking to go short towards Hodges. High tackle by Hodges in the end.
Just giving Modra too much latitude.
On Kellaway. So Kellaway from half or the back pocket. Rookie goes out to another one. Livingston. Half that. As Robbo said, the job on McDermott and plenty happening there. Pittman. There's Tyson getting a touch.
Well done.
Quick kick away to half forward. He'll feel better now in his first game. Bounce wasn't good for Richmond. Schwirt had a fumble. Rashuto, who continues to impress, gets the handball from Jamison, then goes wide. McGuinness and Bond. Bond worked his way very well to the front. He's a bit of a racehorse like McGuinness. Kicks it away in front of him. Maxfield and Lee onto it. Lee missed the hip and shoulder. Maxfield off the ground. Richardson, Jamison, a bit of a scoop up. Quick kick away by Lee out on the full. Free kick to Richmond at half forward. Knights or Bond to take it. Still a couple of kicks away. They're 4 goals behind the Tigers, with seconds ticking away in this opening term. It's 5-1. Hogg the target. Wren at the back. Maxfield tried to take it off the ground and was forced out of play in the pocket. And that's out on the full against Adelaide. Maxfield's a bit surprised. Obviously ricocheting off Lee's boot. And Maxfield, who's kicked Richmond's goal, got 6 against Hawthorn out at Waverley Park this year. Had a very good night series. And he's on a most difficult angle. Looking, eyes going everywhere. Have a look at him.
He'd have to go for that screw punt kick, wouldn't he?
I think he's looking for the pass.
Well, the siren's about to go. It does now, so he's lost his options. Tries the check side and not a score. So the score at quarter time, the Crows are leading by 4 goals before a full house at Football Park. It's 5-4 to 1-4.
everybody. McDonald's $4 dinner deal's on after 5.
Wow, I'll impress my girlfriend.
Of course, with a Big Mac, French fries, Coke, and dessert.
And dessert!
Apple pie or sundae.
I can take the family. And my girlfriend.
Yeah, that's outstanding. All for $4.
Sing it, Mac.
Snack time for the $4 dinner deal after 5.
G'day. The 1993 Adelaide Boat Show, incorporating the newness and fishing show, is gonna be a rip snorter.
You'll see over $5 million worth of boats and accessories. You can go fishing for real live trout or win a complete boat and outboard from Yamaha Pitman's Marine, worth around $17,000.
Don't miss it.
It's the biggest and best boat show ever, and it's on now at Wayville Showgrounds. Kids under 10 with a paying adult get in free.
See you at the Adelaide Boat and Fishing Show.
We're saving dough at Rocker Brothers.
Save dough at Rocker Brothers and winterize your pool. 5-litre algaecide, $9.95. 10-kilogram Olin chlorine, $39.95. Big 25-kilogram chlorine, $79.95. Barbecue kettle, out-of-season stock clearance, $69.95. Front and rear car carpet mats, $11.95. Wide grip steering wheel covers, be quick, $4.95.
We're saving dough at Rocker Brothers.
Morning, Rosa. Morning, Rosa.
Good morning, how are you?
How about a tosher for it? Oh, yeah? Sounds fair.
From Hollywood Pictures. I did not murder anybody. The moment she took his case,
That's funny, I actually believe you.
and I guess I got me an attorney, he took control. Everybody knows we're lovers.
Why is he inventing things about me?
And whether she wins or loses, frankly, I'm beginning to tire of you, is whether she lives or dies. Rebecca De Mornay.
He can take me down.
Don Johnson. Like that. Guilty as sin.
At Mannix, you'll be comfortable knowing you'll get the very best advice available. You'll find the very best in choice, price, installation and service when you visit a Mannix Home Comfort Centre.
Everyone knows the best commercials are funny commercials. And the funniest commercials in the world are on 7 this Sunday.
I know about condoms, Brad. Could you get me some?
A brand new special for 93.
This is a full automatic Uzi machine gun and my special. Take one home to the little lady.
See ads from round the world that'll have you in stitches.
Your dad talks a lot about you, Billy.
He talks a lot about you too, Mr. Butthead.
Holden presents TV's funniest commercials. Premiere 7:30 Sunday on 7.
Quarter time at Football Park. Modra's got 3 goals for the Crows and they lead by 4. It's 5-4-34 over Richmond, 1-4-10. Don't forget the Davis Cup live from Florence following the football tonight. The first 2 singles rubbers, Italy against Australia, Woodford playing along with Fromberg. Footy Park here in Adelaide. Thanks, Robbo. I forgot where I was for a moment. Max Stevens is on the boundary line now. Don's been pretty worried about the grass, Max. What can you do for him?
Well, actually, we've got grass camp down here tonight for Don's benefit, and if you have a look, you can just look how wet that is. I mean, we're just on the side of the boundary, but right out where the grass is a little bit longer, it's very wet indeed. And just quickly, John Northley, he's made it very simple to them. He said just keep working at it. He's fairly pleased with Richmond's aggression, but wants his defenders to man up a lot more in this quarter. Adelaide's forwards too loose, doing as they want. Graham Cornswell, maybe he would think that Adelaide should be a little further in front because they controlled that quarter for maybe 25 minutes. And he had a long talk to Stephen Rowe.
Is that the Richmond coach's name or the direction of the breeze?
No, that is Northy. I do apologise, Robbo.
Good on you, Maxie.
I think, Maxie, you thought you were doing the Mitsubishi Motors ground report all over again. Start of the second term at Football Park in Adelaide. 5-4 to 1-4. Adelaide by 4 goals over Richmond. It was a fiery opening term. Esler went very early and ran into Wren. Wren held his ground pretty well and got a left footer away towards centre half forward. McQueen attacking very hard, got a poor bounce. Campbell was going the other way, was able to back him up, and then a very good kick to Tyson. Caught one round the head from Rashudo. Went on to Daffy. Daffy's kick up to half forward. Lee with Lambert. Well done by Turner to take it. Pittman trying to put pressure on him and does do the job, because it goes out on the full against Richmond and Turner, and Adelaide to bring her back in. 19-year-old Ben Hart.
I think Don mentioned a couple of times about the skill level of the Tigers, and that was a terrific example. Scott Turner not being able to drag the ball back into play. Here's a chance now for Lee. He's dispossessed, and dispossessed very well by Chris Bond. Can't break away with the footy though, and we'll have a bounce just forward of centre wing in Richmond's attacking half. In the background there is Livingston, who's manning up on McDermott, doing a pretty good job. McDermott, 1 kick and 3 handballs, and he usually gets a lot more of the footy than that. There's a guy who gets a lot of it, McGuinness. There's a chance for Rowe, nearly run down, but he got the handball away for Anderson. Back to Bickley. Bickley seems to be able to get past too easily. His kick towards full forward. Modra couldn't grab it. Back go the Tiger defence under a bit of pressure. Howard, handball wide. McQueen in trouble. Liptak gather. Nigel Smart around. Simple stuff. Smart kicks another goal for Adelaide.
Yes, confident as soon as the ball left his boot, Nigel Smart. And again, by himself. They did it easily. Plenty of time, Smart, when he did get the ball. Battle between Howard and Modra. Here's Liptak. Look, so easy. The evasion, and he knew it was a goal.
7 Sports scoreboard after Smart's goal is 6-4 to 1-4. Adelaide by 5 goals. Rennan, Esler again. They're having a pretty good duel in the centre. Free got a high one from Schwert. Then shrugged off McDermott and goes back to take a free kick. So Tony from the centre. Next best and fairest of the Tigers. Look for another best and fairest player in Knights. And then Lambert got out. Bonds kicked towards full forward. Well played, Hogg in the front spot. Didn't hold it apparently. Smart's got hold of him. And it's going to be a bounce down about 20 metres out from Richmond's goal. Hogg just looking up. He's got 295 goals. He is going to ground the ball. A good year again. Captain of the club. It's just the one game, and that was in the opening match against the Crows in Melbourne. Big fly was from Turner. Lee got hold of it from Pittman. Clearing kick, a bit of a wobbler into the centre. Liptak was there with Kellaway. Liptak goes to ground. Over the top of him, Livingston. Kellaway breaks through, ducked his head, got a high one from McDermott. And again, there's going to be a bounce down with Free there and also Bickley. So 5-goal margin. Adelaide in 4th position on the ladder. Richmond right down the table with 4 wins only this season.
Well, the Tigers definitely need to kick the next goal. McDermott tries to get clear for Adelaide. Bickley's hand pass, not quite for Rashudo. Well done, the Tigers force it forward, but it's chopped off back there by Jamieson. Very talented player, and he goes for the boundary line and finds it with precision, and much to the delight of the crowd. And have a look at that young boy. One day in the future he may be playing here at Football Park in an Adelaide Crows Guernsey. Wren. Esler does well, gets to the front. Tyson leaves it for Lambert. Lambert over the top. Tyson forces it forward, but in his endeavours, the ball goes over for another throw-in. Adelaide controlling the game, 6-4 to 1-4. Very early in the second quarter, Esler, outstrength by Wren, goes to ground. Maybe a free kick? No.
He's far more confident, Red, now. A little...
He's been a good boy since he made his debut.
Well,
really,
I thought he was a little overawed when he first started, which is only natural now, but he's got a lot more confidence. He bounces around the ground, and he's now willing to use some strength and assert his authority in ruck contests.
Richmond forcing it forward once again, but not much direction there. Another throw-in will take place, obviously a little bit closer to the Richmond goal. It's now well inside 50. It's about 40 metres around from their goal.
Turner and Pittman. Pittman playing in defence. Body to body. Turner got a fist to it. Schwert, handball. Rashudo dropped it. Had 9 touches in the first half. Oh, Hart, well done. Got a good bounce. We give Rashudo some little credit for that. Not a good kick by Hart. Campbell breaks away, goes in short, and cut off by McDermott. From centre half back, straight down to Smart. Gee, it was a good kick. Went straight towards him. Smart's recovery, excellent. Free kick against the Tigers. Now Mondra and Hodges provide dual leads. Mondra's in the box seat. Howard, good job that time. Punches towards the boundary line. Is it still in play? Out. Mondra off the ground. Lee's giving away the free kick on Smart at centre half back.
Interesting to see how that works. Hodges and Modra in the goal square. Two-prong attack, both full forward. So, interesting move.
Struggled a bit with it, Don, this year. Hasn't
well, they played Hodges, well, the games I've seen, up around half forward. I haven't seen them do this, but maybe they have done it before.
We've got 13 between them last week against St Kilda. Quite a few in Brisbane at the Gabba. But Hodges has been up and down this year, and Modra's been the outstanding forward. McDermott, well done. To Bickley. Bickley's high ball. Hodges setting himself. Goes in high. Got a hand to it. Liptak's little kick looks good. Bounces just away in the infra behind.
So that's a value if you can contest. Now, Hodges, that wouldn't, a lot of people would say, well, what about Hodges? But he was the one who contested, brought the ball to the ground, and if you can get underneath, you can capitalise.
And I think obviously the control of the football being a little bit difficult. We haven't seen too many marks taken. There's the kick in being done by McQueen, and there's a good mark taken by Campbell.
That wasn't a good kick off the boot. A lot of these guys having trouble controlling the ball.
Campbell's kick in towards the centre of the ground. Well done by Bullis. Handball away. Chance now for Livingston. His kick in towards full forward. Hogg tries to get rid of Hart. And, well, Ben Hart, I thought that was a good contest, Don.
No, it was against Hart. I thought that Hogg used his experience very, very well. You see the hand over the shoulder, and maybe he drew the umpire's attention to the fact, Hogg, but he was in front. He's prepared to go at it in front too, Hogg.
Fair enough. The football with Jeff Hogg about 35 metres from goal, directly in front. And he must kick this. Gets good distance, and it looks pretty good. It's a goal. So Jeff Hogg kicks his first goal for the evening. Stuart Maxfield has kicked a goal for Richmond, but they trail. They're 2-4, and Adelaide are 6-5.
It's a good battle between those two. Hogg the more experienced. Hart is a remarkable player because his body's still very immature. You can see there he hasn't really filled out when we get a shot of him, but he does a remarkable job. Great quickness and anticipation.
Adelaide lead 41-16. Richmond have got a chance here. Matthew Knight's paddling along in front of himself. Anderson, his kick nearly taken by Bone. He plays on quickly for a big bloke. That wasn't too bad. His kick in towards full forward. McQueen's gone.
He's gone.
Got the hamstring. Pulled up very, very quickly. Tigers in trouble here. Outnumbered. Hodges belted down by Tyson. Hodges after it again. Good harassment there by Callaway, and out comes Bond. Handball over the top, a little short there for free. Richmond still under pressure. Nigel Smart tries to spin out of trouble. He was well caught. Oh, Bond, that was severe. And the umpire, quick to come in and officiate.
Just taking him off.
By gee, wasn't that player Bond a bit stiff there?
And there they just take him straight over the boundary line. He is not going to take any further part in this. McQueen, you can see there, the nearest boundary line.
Well, obviously, absolutely snapped his hamstring, and the umpire bounces at left half forward for Adelaide, and quickly the Tigers have got to get that player off because the ball is in Adelaide's forward area where Richmond are one short. High flyer now taken by Matthew Knights. The kick wide, the player on the ground is Menegola. He's into the action. Oh, he nearly cleaned up Schwert. Well done by Maxfield. Kicking towards the centre of the ground. Taken by Pittman. Handball over the top. Watch out Anderson. Get rid of it quick. He does. Maxfield late on the scene. Back there Callaway. Chance down for Menegola. He's caught. Was that too high? No. Play goes on. Liptak. And now a free kick when I thought it may have been a second earlier. A little too high on the Richmond player, but now it goes back to Todd Menegola, is it? No.
Lees.
It's Lees. Lees from centre half back.
Into the centre. Jarman getting ready to come on for Adelaide. Scott Lee made a meal of it. Rashuto tries to break the tackle. Good tackle by Knights, but he couldn't quite hold him up. Anderson gets some distance with that one. Smart caught underneath it. Did very well to punch on. Lip tack off the ground. Was clumsy. Didn't do a lot with it. Campbell did very well. Underground handball okay to Lambert. Lambert squares the footy out wide. Lees has got an opportunity to do something constructive. McGuinness over the back of Bond was okay, and it'll be out of play. Jarman getting ready. They'll like this, the fans. And not sure who's coming off just yet.
Real personality, isn't he, Andrew Jarman?
And Gary Medlis, one of the outstanding players when they came into the competition. Bickley to set a half forward. Modra caught behind. Couldn't quite control it. High tackle, free kick to Richmond. Although forward line struggling a bit.
Jarman going back into the dugout. So I don't know who's going to come off. Maybe the change is not going to be made.
Campbell over the top to Bond. Bond with a long one. Bullis caught underneath it, but did all right. Claimed it on the second occasion. Quick handball to Turner. Turner to Lambert. Lambert stops, props, ducks, gets a high tackle, gets rid of it in a hurry. Bullis attacks the footy as he usually does. Almost ran through Essler. Now Turner. Gee, it's scrappy at the moment. Turner's high kick, Lee underneath it, free. Did very well not to give away just that. Essler couldn't quite get down. Maxfield, Hodges is off for Jarman, and a free kick after all that to Richmond. Go on, Robbo, take over. We might get a good passage of play.
Well, they can't, Blue. Richmond have got 14 free kicks, and Adelaide have had 10. Just a couple of dubious ones in the last few minutes, but Adelaide standing up. Wren combining with Jamieson. Jamieson's kicking towards the centre. What a high flyer there was Campbell. Gave away the free kick. The advantage is paid. Away goes Smart. He kicks to a vacant goal area, and he kicks indifferently in the finish, as we see Mark McQueen in the hands of the trainers, and he will take no further part because he's gone over the boundary line, way over on that left half forward, half back flank area for
And they
Richmond.
really do hurt. If you've ever done a hamstring like that, it's like being shot in the back of the thigh.
Well, it was pretty obvious. He pulled up quickly. A snapshot for goal coming from Rowe, was it? And it went out of bounds on the full, so the free kick to be taken back there by John Howard. Well, Richmond are still in the game. They only trail by 4 goals, a little over 4 goals. Low scoring game, awkward conditions. Wren gets rid of his opponent and takes the mark on his chest. Away for Tregenza. Tregenza's kick, very well done, Modra. It was a good effort by the wingman and a very good effort by the full forward.
And the dew on the grass aiding Modra in sliding for that ball. Very good.
Big Wren in the action again, Don.
Yes, look at Modra sliding in, but Wren's got great mobility for a big man, doing it well. In actual fact, on a couple of occasions, they've used him as a link man to bring the ball out of defence, Adelaide.
Modra kicking for his 4th goal. No trouble with distance. And the accuracy is there as well.
The name of the game is Australia.
Sir, this is the sedan, right?
Terrific. There's Henry, Melissa, Tommy, and the wife up front. A choice of 2 engines. This is the perfect family car. All I need now is the perfect family. Oh, excuse me.
It's Brash's Big Brand Bonanza. Brash's won't be beaten on Sony prices. And during the 10-year anniversary celebration of the Sony CD, you'll receive a bonus CD and 3-year warranty when you buy the Sony Remote Mini Hi-Fi system with CD player. Or the Sony Remote system with multi-CD player for under $1,000. And save on the Sony programmable CD player at crazy $392. Great Sony products at the best prices with nothing to pay till November. No deposit, no interest. Don't miss the Big Brand Bonanza for a short time only and only at Brash's.
At Mannix, you'll be comfortable knowing you'll get the very best advice available. You'll find the very best in choice, price, installation and service when you visit a Mannix Home Comfort Centre.
You just never know when you're going to need instant windscreens, and you won't believe how instant your new instant windscreen can be. They replace windscreens, side, quarter and rear windows, install van windows and apply window tinting for cooler driving. And all work is fully guaranteed. And with Instant's repair it for chipped and cracked windscreens, you may not even need a new windscreen. Instant windscreens fit all makes, all models at the best prices. Quick as a flash.
Call Instant.
When you pull into BP, you have our promise that we'll do everything in our power to serve you as fast as we humanly can. So after you pick up the pump, we'll make sure it's always clear and activated within seconds. It's a small thing, we know, but it's something that we take very seriously. BP, on the move.
From the bestseller comes her incredible true story.
All I want to do is go for 2 weeks and visit my family.
He swore that with him they would be safe.
It's all changed.
He swore they would be going home soon. He lied.
We're not going back. We're staying here.
Academy Award winner Sally Field.
You're in my country now. You're my wife.
I'll help you.
In a movie event.
Please let nothing separate us.
Nothing could break a mother's love.
He's gonna kill me.
For her little girl. Not without my daughter. 8:30 Sunday on 7.
7 Sports scoreboard, 7-5 to 2-4. Modra with 4 goals. Anderson's high kick leaves in the best spot against Smart. Smart's had a pretty good turn. Well, robbed it very well. Couldn't quite get rid of the handball though. Free kick going back to Smart. Is it against Leeds? He must have hung on after the ball had left Smart. Modra's in the goal square. Hodges off the ground, remembering. All Smart, very cocky here. Don't tell me you kick a goal from 50. Goes with a long one right there. Is it touched? No, it's a goal. Smart second. He's an athlete, there's no question about that. And suddenly the game's opened up, hasn't it? 8-5 to 2-4 after Richmond were hanging on and hanging on.
Well, if we get a shot of this, watch the action in the goal square. Modra pushing Esler under the ball. There's the big fellow Esler, and there's Modra. Free kick.
Pretty ordinary minding of the mark back at centre-half forward, or centre-half back by Lees. 8-5 to 2-4. Oh dear, is that a hand pass? Now he gets a free kick. I thought you had to keep one hand still and punch it with the other one.
Livingston and McDermott are still at it.
Yep. Umpire Dennis Rich, there's the 2 players Don was mentioning. The free kick for Bickley. And Bickley kicks towards half forward, no mark taken. Back goes Smart, little left footer off the ground. Lip tap across his body, Jarman in the action. Menegola, back goes Modra, he's got another one. 5-1, Mikey Modra. Adelaide 9-5, Richmond 2-4. Heading for a slaughter at Football Park.
Well, there's a change going to be made. Lees will have to go back, and he is going back. Howard had the job on Modra. And Menegola, I suppose he was the one who messed it up because of that slippery ball. Couldn't control it when he went for that overhead mark. Slipped through to Modra again by himself.
3 goals in a hurry has really crushed the Tigers here at 59-16. 9-5-2-4 through the centre. Quick kick by Free. Didn't go very far. Lambert's kick out wide. On the lead is Richardson. Jamison got rid of him pretty quickly and easily. So really developed Jamison as a defender. Lee's free kick is a Scott Lee. Jamison, leading goal kicker in 1991 for Adelaide, is making his mark as a defender. Anderson. Adelaide going through a purple patch after struggling early in this term. They were going as well as Richmond at that stage. Bone. Mark Payne at centre wing.
Only one problem here, they make it a little arrogant.
Wren was very short. Bone goes longer. Modra very wide. Went off early. Gave a free kick away. It'll go to Richmond and to Campbell at half-back. Campbell, one of the leading lights in Richmond, has had another very consistent season. Should develop into one of their key players in the next 4 or 5 years.
Being held then, Bullis.
Schwartz handball to Bickley. Bickley with time to just steady up McGuinness.
Good vision. McGuinness is marked. Right half forward. Good kick to the goal front. Bounces through to the back, but Campbell is there for Richmond. Campbell's kick. Out into the path of Howard, but the pace of Smart. Howard forced to kick quickly off the ground and finds the safety of the boundary line.
He's not over-endowed with speed, Johnny Howard, but he's not afraid to back himself.
Young boy there, obviously a fan of Nigel Smart and pretty keen supporter of the Crows. Boundary throw in, close to centre wing, far side of the ground. Big Wren doing well in the ruck. Smart got it to McGuinness. McGuinness kicks to the front of the goals. Out goes Modra, leaves it for Jarman. Skill, watch this. Watch this. No, it's been touched. Well, if it was touched, who touched it? It must have been touched off the boot, although it looked pretty clear. Andrew Jarman credited with that behind. 9-6 to 2-4. Kicking in to be done by Menegola. Tigers being confronted with a real surge by the Adelaide Crows. That kick in has been marked by Wren. No, not paid. He's still going to get a possession. Tries to get it clear. Tregenza's kick chopped off, but Smart is there to try and make something of the action. Free kick against Bickley and will be taken by Bond. He looks as though he's in a bit of trouble too. Campbell over the top for Menegola. Tigers out of trouble. Menegola's kick clears the pack and goes out of bounds for a throw in on centre wing.
Bond is in trouble, Robbo. He's put his hand up to the bench. It's a signal that he's in bother. He's at centre half back at the moment, so they might have lost him as well. A cruel blow with McQueen's season may be over with that big hamstring injury. Not the first time he's done that this season. Tyson's fourth kick away to Maxfield. Maxfield's handball. Well, Bond, who, as I said, just signalled to the boundary line that he was in trouble. McDermott tried to crash through, couldn't, got caught, and it'll be a ball up.
I don't think those two boys like each other much.
No, they didn't do it again.
Huh? It looks as though he's... Now, why would you give the free kick? That is ridiculous.
Well, it's just breaking up the pack. You've got to control at the umpire.
Well, why give it to the Adelaide side? Why did they give it to Richmond?
Jarman from McGuinness. First touch here for Jarman. Modra to go to the pocket. Jarman sees another opportunity. Centres the ball. Smart at the back. Liptak at the front. Howard tries to crash through. Smart went to ground. Got a little kick on it. Ball came free. Campbell's handball was good. Knights has had a quieter turn. Can run here from half back. Take the second bounce. Twice the best and fairest at Richmond. Kick up the centre wing. Turner's in the front spot. Pittman, gee, took a chance as a defender trying to mark when the punch might have been on. Free caught by Anderson. Now Pittman again. Good vision back to Anderson. Quick kick around his body. Was looking for Bickley. Well played, Knights. Chopped it off cleverly. Handball over the top. Bow back on. Ducks, weaves, turns. Now goes to his left. Centres the ball.
It's just nothing there.
Rashuto got his hands on it. All Wren, well played. All very well done, big fellow. Now Pittman caught. The handball by Wren, I guess, wasn't 100%. That brought Pittman under pressure. Now Knights. Go on, Matthew. Kick a goal. Misses.
I reckon they ought to do a count. Adelaide got more players on the ground than Richmond, haven't they? When Bond came off. 21 to 19 or something like that. I know it sounds a bit ridiculous, but that's the way it appears when a team dominates for the last 10 minutes like the Adelaide side has. The kick in goes to the far side of the ground. Diving effort by Richardson, not paid. Away goes Bickley. Hand pass, a little too short. Chipping in was Livingston. Doing a good job on McDermott. 2 and 4 McDermott. Ball forced close to the line. And Chris McDermott not able to control it. And it will be a boundary throw-in. There's Livingston again, doing what I think good defenders should do. Tackles in the second quarter. Richmond 8, Adelaide 3. Little wonder, Adelaide have had the football more than the Tigers. Here's a chance now for Lambert. Lambert is well outside the 50-metre zone. Kick towards full forward. Holt tries to do something, and he will do it very well. A shot for goal by Jeffrey Holt. He's just offline and through for his second behind. 1 goal, 2 to the captain. 2-6 to 9-6. Adelaide by 7 goals.
They've done this quite a bit at Football Park this year. Set up matches in the first half. Geelong, a recent one, and some
that's bad. That is bad. They're playing man-to-man Richmond at the centre. Adelaide congregating at centre-half back, and just lack of concentration then by Maxfield.
West Coast, another one where they got a break early and too much. McDermott going to ground.
Good again, Livingston in that.
He might go into the change rooms with him at half-time. He's been that close to him.
He's done a couple of rounds with Jeff Finnick, I'd say.
Tapped by Esler. Now Lee tries to square up, goes to Big Bone. Back to McGuinness on the run. Well done. Inside, touches it down. Well, I wonder if he could kick it. He's 55, not quite. Balanced up, Modler with a fly. Oh, he's a good player.
Did that well, didn't he?
He's a very good player.
And that was a terrific kick by Tony McGuinness. He didn't try to kick the goal. He knew he was too far out. He just kicked it to the front of the goal square.
And that ball's on with the grass cam. It might be slippery, that ball, but he held it pretty well, and he's going to kick goal number 6. The scoreboard says 10-6 to 2-6. Modra with 6 goals, and he's now kicked 87 for the season, one behind the man they call God at Geelong, Gary Ablett, who's got 88.
Well, I like the way he took this mark. By jumping just that fraction early, he got the ride on Lees. Here's the high ball. Maybe you could say a bit too much latitude, but jumped that fraction early and did it well.
10-6 to 2-6. Modra with 6 goals. We've still got 6 minutes left in this quarter, and another half of a game after that. One wonders whether the record number of goals for a game of football is in danger. Esler wide for Lambert. Lambert with the football on centre wing, kicks in towards centre half forward, and Richardson marks, but a free kick is against the Tigers, and it's going back to be taken by Pittman. Pittman at centre half back. Kicks out towards that centre wing area, and a good mark taken by Smart. And by gee, he's got some confidence, this boy. He's a good player, so he's got plenty to back it up with. Centre wing, looking to go around the player on the mark, and he does it pretty easily in the finish. And then goes with a big bomb, well inside 50 metres. It's bashed back. Now a chance for Bullis. Bullis kicks in towards the centre of the ground. Turner interfered with this time by Pittman, and Scott Turner will take the free kick. Pittman a little disappointed with himself.
Prop well then, Scott Turner. It's good play.
Goes long. Richardson the target. It's a good mark. Richardson is in the front spot under pressure. Bickley, who played most of his footy with Adelaide as a defender early on, now up into the midfield. Here's McDermott. Bit cheeky there on Livingston. Just showed him the footy, but Chris will admit that Livingston's done a good job on him so far. McGuinness has had 17 touches. That's McDermott's 7th only. Bone in the front spot. Well played. Bullis at the back.
There's no movement at all for Bullis.
Neat looking kick. Turner caught between a couple. Pittman and Wren, the 2 big men. There's McDermott. Tregenza. Schwert had to get rid of it in a hurry. The Tregenza vision wasn't so good that time. Daffy towards full forward. Hart in the front spot. Hoff at the back. Lee to mop up for Adelaide. Had Bickley short. Goes longer to Wren. Good kick, Lee. Excellent kick. There are gaps everywhere for Adelaide at the moment. Over the top, Bickley trying to run onto it, stretches, makes it, runs almost in, back turns, keeps his balance, goes a long way, centres it towards Jarman. He should get a fair bounce. Handball good to left tack onto Tregenza. Tregenza's little one, Smart had to stop. Well done, Bullis at the back. So becoming a pretty good duel. Howard, I should say. Getting them mixed up a couple of times. Thanks for that, Robbo. Howard goes out short. Here's Tyson playing his first match.
And I'm impressed with that young man. He's done pretty well since coming on the ground. Here's Menegola. He's kicking towards half forward, and a good mark taken at centre half forward for Richmond by Maxfield. Only 2 goal kickers, Richmond. Maxfield has kicked 1 and Jeff Hogg has kicked 1.
Could kick this, Maxfield. You let it go from about 48, 45 metres.
Well, again, Tigers badly in need of a goal. Maxfield from that distance. And it's a pretty good kick. It's a goal to Richmond.
It was a good kick of the ball, Maxfield. especially in the pre-season games. Not too many left-footers who can't kick the ball a long way. They're usually very good kicks of the ball, left-footers. And this is well set up by Menengola, coming off the bench. And this is the kick. 48 metres, no problem with distance or accuracy.
So play recommences with 3 minutes left in the second term, and Adelaide get the ball away from the centre. Combination, Wren and Bickley. And look at that, Nigel Smart picked at full back. There was no drama about him playing down the ground, and that pass was good. The lead was good. The space allowed for Modra's lead. Probably not good by Richmond. But Modra's kicked 6.
Howard so far behind, Smart once again.
Well, Modra, I think the record number of goals in a game is, 18, isn't it? Fred Fanning,
yeah. Gee, you're not
suggesting.
I thought you were talking about Hodges kicking 11 here.
No, I'm talking about this guy.
Oh, bravo.
Well, we'll soon see. Modra, long kick. It's close. It's offline.
The odds have lengthened, Robbo.
10-7 to 3-6. 2 minutes left until half-time.
Menengola set the last goal up to Maxwell, goes out wide, good kick, gets distance. Essler in the front, Wren was in the centre, Tregenza at the back, sits and waits, taps it. Smart's had a tremendous second term, couldn't quite hold that out of play. Just not quite as sure as some of the other Crow players over the ball, Tregenza. Max Stevens, what's the injury reports?
Chris Bond has a twisted right foot. It may be broken, so more bad news for Richmond. We'll have more on that at half-time, and as you said, Mark McQueen, hamstring. It's the third time he's done that particular hamstring.
Gee, bad luck. Thanks, Max. So they're down to 18, the Tigers, against the odds. Wren, handball over the top. Tregenza gets some space. Neat-looking kick. Modra in the battle there. Kept his footing very well. Gets a little tip to it. And off the ground by Liptak. Did he touch it? Goal. Give it to Liptak. 11-7 to 3-6.
If I'd back Modra to kick 18, I'd give it to Modra, Bruce.
Oh, well, look at it again, Robert.
No, I think Liptak got his foot to it.
Campbell should have gone for this. He's in two minds. Look, he's in two minds in front of the pack. Initially, he was going. And then he decided against it. Had he have gone, he could have done something, I believe.
I'm not too sure if he touched it or not, Robbo. It might have been a little off-leg break from Modra.
Well, it'll be another conjectural discussion about that.
And the runner is going out to Campbell, and I know what the message would be from Richmond.
Craig Lambert battling hard. Livingston gets the ball clear. Wide towards left half forward. Scott Lee. First man I'd pick if I was in the trenches. Terrific stuff. Gets the ball wide for Anderson. Off to McGuinness. Combination. Have a look at this. McGuinness in trouble. But look, how did he get out of it? Oh, look at this. That is just absolutely magnificent ball handling by those two players. McGuinness has had his 21st possession. Still half a game left. Liptak tries to get it across to Modra, but that hand pass was not quite good enough.
That's why he's not the first man picked. And I mean that in the nicest way, because there's an easy give. And Jarman just sort of swallowed that and put it on Modra's chest.
What about this, Bruce? This is just
he pulled up just at the right time, because Lambert was bearing down on McGuinness, and had he have kept going.
Well, Lambert is the player kicking the ball clear of defence for Richmond, but it's going to go back in there because McGuinness, his 22nd possession right on half-time, and that siren ceases play, and at half-time Adelaide lead 11-7-73, Richmond 3-6-24. The difference is 49 points, and they really have played some terrific football in the first half this evening.
Modra with 6 and Smart with 2 from centre half forward in that quarter. Maxfield's got a couple. Rowe chastised the quarter time by Graham Corns as Adelaide leaves the field, and the Tigers are licking their wounds because they're down to 18 and they're 49 points behind. It's 11-7 to 3-6.
The name of the game is Australia.
Hi, I'm Elisa Boschar, and I live in a pretty busy household. Oh, somebody's always on the phone.
Who's got the phone? It's my turn.
Oh, sorry. Did you know that we saved $113 on this telephone bill, which is great?
Just by using Telecom's STD Everyday Saver Flexi Plan.
Yeah, that's right.
Call 008 052 052 for full details and all conditions. Telecom Flexi Plans.
I've discovered a pad that's better than a thick maxi, and it doesn't feel like you're wearing a pillow. Whisper Ultra Thin. It's 5 times thinner than a maxi. But it's better because only Whisper has the double protection of the unique dry weave cover that draws in moisture and an ultra-thin, ultra-absorbent core that locks it away, even with twice as much liquid. So, it gives me cleaner, drier protection. I can trust Whisper Ultra Thin, even on my heaviest days. It gives me the protection of a maxi without feeling the maxi. Whisper Ultra Thin, with wings or without. Cleaner, drier, thinner, better.
All Holden passenger cars now come standard with 3-year 24-hour roadside service, 3-year 100,000 kilometre powertrain warranty, and 2-year 50,000 kilometre new vehicle warranty.
Steele's Crossings.
I don't know what the hell's going on here.
Despite her outrageous infidelities, Hilary is insanely jealous of her husband's growing love for the beautiful Leanne de Villiers.
I want my son and I'll have it.
While in Paris, a tragedy is unfolding.
What can you do here except get yourself killed?
You're a fraud. New Woman presents Jane Seymour, Cheryl Ladd, Christopher Plummer, Lee Horsley in Danielle Steele's Crossings, Monday 8:30 on 7.
Crows are back out at Football Park waiting for Richmond. Max Stevens on the boundary line. Max, any joy at half-time?
Yeah, not too bad at all. In fact, I've got to give Richmond, despite the scoreboard, their professionalism and cooperation has been fantastic tonight here at Football Park. Very quiet in the rooms when I first went in there until John Northey started to make his address. He's told the Tigers to lead towards the boundary line because nothing else is working. And the defenders, well, they copped quite a spray. In summing up, John has told them to have a dip, run at the ball and give it a fair dinkum go. Now, Chris Bond, I've been told he's got a twisted right foot. Then I was told he's got a twisted ankle. And then I was told that it may be broken. So you can have a couple of dollars each way on that one. Mark McQueen, a hamstring. Both players won't be coming back onto the ground. Graham Corns, well, he's told the Crows that they have set this game up. They must win by as much as possible. And it's their discipline that's got them in the position that they are at half-time.
Thanks for that, Max. The two teams warming up as we take a look at some of the individuals. Mark Bickley again in very good form tonight.
Playing midfield, Bickley, and he's already kicked a goal. That came in the first quarter, but 17 possessions for a half.
Wayne Campbell's been pretty good for the Tigers, being used in an unusual position, I would think, for a possession gatherer of his ability, playing across half-back.
Tony McGuinness, quite remarkable. Some of the things he's done, there's a fantastic shepherd he did on centre wing here. It doesn't show up in the stats, but he's playing under a lot of pressure with that groin.
And Matthew Knights, of course, is a very, very skillful player. And Richmond need a little bit more from him because now he's classified as one of their experienced members of the team.
Todd Menegola's got the job on Modra. Adelaide with a very open forward line. No Hodges after half-time in the goal square. Menegola to try and run with Modra. Start of the second half. 11-7-3-6 on the 7 Sports scoreboard at Football Park. Can the Tigers make a comeback here, or will Adelaide go on with the job and build some percentage? In the centre, Jarman on the ground for the second half. Bone back to Bickley. We've already seen his stats at half-time. A high ball. Campbell, we've seen his good mark against Rowe. Campbell from half-back goes to centre wing. Esler makes the lead, punches it away. Anderson after it. Hogg right up the ground. Anderson's quick right foot kick. Lip tack there. Over the top of him, Kellaway. Campbell and Rowe run it out. Adelaide in attack in the first minute of the second half. Lip tack, hands on knees. 11-7, 3-6 at half-time. 46,000 we reckon here again tonight. Full house, sell-out, and they're enjoying it because their team's in front. Free kick to Richmond, going back to Essler. No, going back to Bone, sorry. Against the Tigers, so Modra to go now into the pocket. Menegola on him. Modra gets underneath it. Menegola at the back. Rowe out of play. So Adelaide force it within about 3 or 4 metres of the point post in the right forward pocket.
The message has gone out to Rowe. He's got to get under the feet of Modra.
Ruck contest. Ball spills to the square. Hogg in a bit of trouble. Jarman. Kick out by the Tigers. It's close to the boundary line. It bounces just inside. The kick coming from Tony Free. Well, Adelaide supporters have had plenty to barrack for. Tigers have really struggled.
How it's a full forward for Richmond.
And Hogg looks as though he may be in the key defence post. Stephen Rowe attempting to get the ball clear is infringed against his Richmond opponent.
Hogg seems to be playing a loose man, the position where Essler should be in front of Modra.
And the ball coming all the way back, well, not the ball, but the player, who is Tony Free, to take the free kick. That kick goes out near the wing. And a good mark taken by Bauer, who, well, I think the three of us found it a little bit difficult to understand why he was taken from the ground in the first quarter. But anyway, he's out there at the moment because Richmond have got 2 players injured on the bench who will take no further part. There's Scott Lee's kick. Oh, good mark taken by Smart. He's an exciting player, isn't he? He's kicked towards centre-half forward. Modra, oh gee, that was a crunch situation. Anderson, handball, Andrew Jarman. He'll nearly dob it. No, he won't. It drops in short. Campbell marks and plays on and clears to the far side of the ground where Matthew Knights has taken the mark.
Got Lambert short, goes to him. Lambert from half-back. Chips it away towards centre wing. Turner held onto, should get a free kick. He will against Pittman.
Going to use his body well tonight, Turner. Got a couple of those free kicks.
He's got a player running past. Goes long. Torpedo punt. Gets onto it pretty well too. Gets about 65 metres. Ring got caught underneath. Hart read it well. Howe was flat-footed for the moment. Hart chips it very wide and Anderson stretches and takes the mark. He's had 21 touches, Anderson.
That tested his hamstring.
It sure did, remembering that he'd had a twinge at training and missed last week. Bone in the front. Lip tack off the pack. Well played. Quick kick around. Gets up towards half forward. Campbell leading Rowe. Left foot, he's beaten Rowe tonight. Livingston was there. Pittman came in from the side. Bickley takes Hogg on and gets away from him. And then goes with a long one. Modra getting into the picture, tries to get rid of Menegola. It sits up. Handball was good to Lip tack. And Lip tack chips away and kicks a goal. Lip tack's second goal, and Adelaide stream away now, 12-7 to 3-6.
Well, he's done that well tonight, Matthew Liptak. In fact, in other games I've noticed he's got remarkable anticipation and the ability to get down on that forward line when it's in dispute. Look, he takes off at just right of screen, times his run to perfection. The handball comes out. That was his forte when he first started here with the Crows.
Well, Adelaide now a 55-point advantage, and Wren, who has dominated the ruck. Lip tap, wide for Jarman. In turn, McGuinness. Little kick, very good, Modra. Well, Bruce, the only reason I suggested that he may kick 18, if he's got 6 and can kick 4 or 5 in this term, and they're leading by about 12 goals at three-quarter time, you could just have a whitewash in the last quarter and he could kick anything. So he's got the ball 30 metres out, just a slight angle, and kicking for his 7th goal. And I'll tell you what, he very rarely misses. It's another good kick by Tony Modra. He's kicked 7, and he's joined Gary Ablett on a goal total for the season so far of 88.
Actually, it was well worked out of the centre the way Liptak came in. A handball over the top. Jarman McGuinness involved, and that was a good pass from McGuinness to Modra. Well done.
7 to Modra and 13 to Adelaide. 13-7 to 3-6. 61-point margin. They won by over 90 points in the opening game this year. Liptak getting some touches in this third quarter. Out wide. Campbell. He's also seeing a lot of the football. Long kick to half forward. Lee getting underneath well, and oh gee, it's too easy, wasn't it? Against Lambert. Lee having another very, very good game. 12 kicks and 2 handballs. Centre wing. Well, Smart went early. Nothing paid. Freeze, quick kick away. Okay for Lees in the centre. Lead coming now out wide from Knights. Bickley caught behind a bit. Knights takes a good mark at centre half forward. About 52 metres he'll kick from. Twice the best and fairest of the club. Low drop punt right there. Rennold gets back, takes a good
3-on-1 situation. They're just not playing with any confidence at all, Richmond.
And here's that 3-on-1 Don set up because Rashudo was still loose, able to go wide, looking for Jarman. Well played, Jarman. Had a good feel for Knights all the way.
I'll tell you what, Wren last year was a big surprise getting 13 or 14 votes in the Brownlow. You wouldn't be surprised this year, would you, if he happened to just... He's missed a few games.
Missed 6 with injury, Rob.
You still wouldn't be surprised if he polled quite a few votes again this year.
Here's Lambert. Got injured in the opening game against Richmond and then missed the next 6. Lambert goes wide. Hart takes the chance. Well played, Knights, and very well done by Jarman. Back towards Hart. Balance was outstanding. It was brilliant football by the 19-year-old. To centre wing. Bone held it down all right. Liptak gathered. Goes in towards Modra. 1-on-1. Over the back. Rowe was at the full. Maxfield's got the peso. So Campbell now off Rowe. Maxfield a good defensive kick and out of play.
Well done again by Liptak. Liptak's really burning in this quarter. He's got the ball out of the centre, and that time off the hands of the pack, deep into the forward line. There he is, the little fellow.
12 touches, Don, and Hart's play from fullback exciting.
He's a medical student. I think he deferred his studies last year.
Rowe a chance, left the ball behind. McDermott tries to get it clear, only as far as Campbell. Campbell's kick has been marked by Turner just behind the centre wing position. Gives the hand pass away. Campbell again. Look to go back to Turner. Tries to bounce. Didn't quite come back to him. May break down. Oh, that's a free kick, surely. Pittman must receive it.
That's what I'm talking about. Richmond, no confidence at all. If Adelaide had done that, it would have come off the handball between Campbell and Turner.
Well, the scoreboard giving every indication of the way this game has gone so far. Smart up high, couldn't take the mark. Free leaves it behind. McDermott at ground level. Free kick. It looks as though it may be going to Bullis, is it? Bullis going back to take the footy. He's wide of centre half-back, close to right half-back flank, Paul Bullis. And he kicks it out towards the wing position. And Wren marks, but a free kick given away. Not by Wren, but by his teammate. It could have been Schwert, and Essler will take it. Essler's kick, well, umpires a little confused there as to what's happening. Both field umpires were into the action there. It wasn't Essler's free kick in the finish, it was Bauer. And I feel Schwert was the player infringing. Bauer's kick to right half forward. Marking contest, no one can take it. Turner attempted kick off the ground. Lee just gets his foot to it. Broken down. Campbell, good vision. In comes Tyson. Well done, son. Had a bit of a go, got through, gave it to Campbell. Kick up towards full forward, taken by this man, who is just unbelievable. His kick goes out towards the wing. Back goes Liptak. Get through again. Backs himself. Gone too far, caught, not penalised. Bone over the top. McDermott, what'll he do? He'll try and crash through. He still can't get away with the footy. Big Bone, have a look at him. He's raw, but by gee, he's got some skill. Hogg, handball, out for Maxfield. In there is Smart, now Liptak. Ball comes back to Bickley. Bickley's kick across his body. Mark, no, not taken by Rowe. McDermott, McGuinness, 3 is there. Tigers under all sorts of pressure. Livingston gets a kick away. It finishes with Hogg. And Hogg's little left footer goes over the top of his intended teammate and Anderson combines with Andrew Jarman, and Andrew Jarman kicks a goal.
Well, that'll do his confidence good. One goal last week, Jarman's come off the interchange. And he did the same last week coming off interchange. In actual fact, prior to this, the tempo of the game really had picked up. Unfortunate slip. I think that was Livingston that slipped. And Jarman, a good goal.
14-7 to 3-6 on 7 Sports scoreboard. This margin stretching by the minute. Free from the centre, left foot round his body. Rashuto, the only man there, and goes long and goes quickly towards half forward. Out in front row, bounce over the top. Kick away by Daffy, was it? Out wide, or Livingston it might have been. To Bauer. Bauer up to centre wing. That's a good kick to Lees. Can Richmond set something up here? Lees' centering kick okay. Free. Should do something with it. Goes towards all forward. Hart's there against Howard. Here's the chance for Richardson. Ball bouncing and couldn't keep it in play. Through for a behind. First score for the Tigers in the second half. And it's taken a while. Almost 12 minutes.
It's Richardson's sporting a black eye, a left black eye. Maybe a legacy of last week.
Hart goes wide. Rashuto made the lead and takes the mark. Just over 15 minutes of playing time remaining in this term. Goes in towards Bickley at centre halfback or halfback flank. 18th kick coming up for Bickley. High drop punt. Centre wing. Bone in the front spot. Bullis at the back. Jeff Hogg trying to do it from both ends of the ground. Off the ground. Remember when people were criticised for playing in defence. Campbell's kick up towards Turner.
Give Knights a bit of credit in that action there, making a path for Campbell. Good shepherd on McDermott.
Turner's had a few touches. At 4 marks. High ball. Gets good distance. Howard. Wren gets back.
Does it well, doesn't he?
He's killed it.
Yeah, he's done it well tonight.
Covers a bit of ground, doesn't he? Rashuto's kick into Schwert at centre half back. Suddenly finds a Richmond player in front of him and goes short to centre wing. Not a very good kick.
Well, it may still work out for them because they've got the players down at ground level. Chris McDermott, now Scott Lee, and Randall Bone in the finish. Kicks it directly towards centre half forward. Bullis goes back. Jarman, handball, Bocci, that was slick work. Rowe. And he's unselfishly given Tregenza the chance. Tregenza misses.
Good play by Jarman, the way he used his body, then got the ball out. Value of strength.
Kick in by Menegola. Looks for Campbell and finds him. Campbell has been by far Richmond's most dominant possession gatherer. He's had 26 touches. Short kick. Finds Essler. Essler's at right half-back flank. Kicks quickly. Looking out here for Matthew Knights, but chipping in a Schwert. And he taps it over for a throw-in.
Rogers about to come on for Adelaide, and Rowe going off.
He'd love that, getting into the action with a 14-goal to 3 goals advantage in Adelaide's favour. Surely there must be a goal or 2 out there for Scott Hodges. Away goes Bauer. Off the left foot, in short, good mark. That was well done by Rashuto. It was awkward. He gets his kick away to centre half forward. Crumb gatherers are needed. Campbell is there. Tries to get it out for Livingston. Hard at the footy was Tregenza. Too hard. And gave away the free kick. Livingston is the recipient. He plays on quickly. Richmond got 2 out here. One of them is Free and the other one was Tyson. Tyson affects the shepherd. Free goes for the 10-metre square. Long kick. Wren gets back, but Ben Hart under pressure. Lambert applies the tackle. Close to goal. Chance for Howard. Gets a kick away, but Big Wren is there. He gets the hand pass to centre half-back Jarman. The tap on, out in front of Rashuto. He overruns it. In comes Daffy, but Matthew Knights has given away a free kick. Rashuto, the recipient.
To Anderson, very wide, takes the mark again. And power on him. Anderson will look to go on, has to go back over it. He's got Hart inside if he wants to use him. Jarman provides the first lead. Anderson from half-back. good distance as he often does, up to centre wing. Smart outnumbered. Liptak overran that one. He's had a tremendous turn. McGuinness back to Schwert. Schwert from half-back. Chipped the ball in very well. Prosciutto. Well, he did it in the end. He got a second go, didn't he? Tregenza's chip pass okay. And going on quickly, but he can give it over the top. He does to Modric.
Well done.
8 goals.
The name of the game is Australia.
When looking to produce a station wagon for the world, Mitsubishi had it designed and built in Australia. Because no one appreciates space more than Australians. The Magna Wagon.
Quality and more is what you receive when you rent to own a magnificent Panasonic stereo big screen television from Radio Rentals. Quality like these vintage cars is built into every Panasonic stereo television. But it doesn't stop there. At Radio Rentals, we'll give you more, like a $100 Focus video voucher, plus a group portrait valued at $100 from Anthony of Adelaide. At Radio Rentals, you get quality and more with a magnificent Panasonic stereo color television.
If it only saves you once a year, it's a good year.
Hey, everybody! McDonald's $4 dinner deal's on after 5.
Wow, I'll impress my girlfriend.
Of course, with a Big Mac, French fries, Coke, and dessert.
And dessert!
Apple pie or sundae. I can take the family.
And my girlfriend.
Yeah, that's outstanding value. All for $4. Sing it, Mac.
Black time.
For the $4 dinner deal after 5.
Monday on Real Life, how honest is your dry cleaner?
Where did I leave that $50 bill?
When you leave money in your pocket, does it end up in his?
We've lost $120 in this shop.
It's a rip-off that can add up to millions. And our hidden cameras catch them in the act. Also coming up, the good oil on arthritis.
Now, I have absolutely no problem whatsoever.
Relieve the pain.
Without drugs.
The old wives' tale that really works.
Well, I think those old wives were very wise.
Real Life, 6:30 weeknights on 7.
Well, we've got to have a little interest here, Bruce. I'm just querying whether he's got a chance of kicking 100 tonight. He's got 89 for the season so far, and we've got 12 minutes left in this third quarter, plus another 30 minutes of the last quarter. And by gee, Adelaide are really forcing the ball forward on many, many occasions. Ty Essler really struggling tonight up against Wren. Wren has been terrific. There's Matthew Knights, gets the ball clear for Campbell. Campbell off that left foot, high kick. Lambert interfering, and the free kick to Lee. He gives the hand pass away for Rashudo. Rashudo's kick, Jarman just gets underneath it. Back quickly goes Tyson. He's going to get run down, but he gets his kick away, and it goes to a vacant wing area. The race on, Lees gathers, handball back. Tyson again, kick smothered brilliantly by Andrew Jarman. Gee, the crowd love him. He's a personality. I listened to him speaking on radio in Melbourne with Leon Wiegard, and he really does give football just that little bit of excitement, Andrew Jarman. There's Bone doing the ruck work up against Essler. Ball nearly taken by McDermott. Still there, and a chance for Liptak. Left foot kick. Up towards the full forward area. Hodges has a chance. Look at him. He can't get out quick enough.
Done.
Chipped in there by Livingston, was it? His kick goes high. Tyson gathers just inside the boundary line. No, it wasn't. It was over. And a boundary throw-in will take place. It was Nick Daffy who kicked the ball clear from half-back. That's young Tyson.
He had to stand up and be counted then, Daffy, didn't he?
Tyson has done a pretty good job. He came off the interchange bench. Here's Bickley again. Oh, gee, loves getting the footy. in towards the centre of the ground, and the mark is taken by Anderson. Where's Modra? He hooks the kick out into the path of Modra. Oh, he's got it! No, he hasn't. He dropped it. And Liptak applies the tackle. Maxfield struggling. So is Lambert. They still can't get the ball clear. Andrew Jarman tackled by Lambert. Down goes Bullis. It's a real struggle. It's centre half forward for the Crows. Anderson dispossessed by Daffy, and Daffy kicks it clear where a mark is nearly taken by Lees, but Pittman infringes. Free kick to Lees. Advantage paid. Richmond get the ball up towards the forward pocket region, but the Crows will clear through this young champion, Ben Hart.
Chips it away. McGuinness, good bounce. Runs away, out wide. Wiedemann getting ready to come on. Lee. Crowd just giving Wiedemann the cheer, as they always do. Just has a different sound to it. Anderson. Oh, Bickley's having a feast. He's got Tregenza short. He's got Bones even shorter. Now Tregenza hooks it in towards Hodges. Good kick, Tregenza. Saw Hodges on the long lead. Hooked it back towards him.
Bone coming off, and he looks as if he's injured too, Bone. Being replaced by Wiedemann. Here's the mark from Hodges coming on. He was replaced in the second quarter. Hodges has just come back in the third quarter.
Going for his first goal tonight. Kicked 6 last week. And that looks like he might have just squeezed it in. Missing, hitting the post. Close call. Max, what's the situation with Bone?
Randall Bone has an ankle injury and isn't expected to take any further part, but it's not that serious, Bruce.
Okay, thanks for that. 15-9 to 3-7. Hitting the post, Hodges.
Yeah, they haven't had much luck with injuries over the last few weeks, have they, the Crows? With, unfortunately, Maynard hurting his collarbone and Matthew Robran breaking his leg. Richmond trying to get the ball clear of the full-back area. It's out at centre half-back. Matthew Knight's handball over the top. Chance for young Tyson. He sweeps onto his right foot and delivers the ball pretty well, but Bullis went straight through his hands. If he was in first slip, he'd have been in all sorts of trouble. The Pirate would have stood all over his face. Adelaide make him pay. McGuinness's kick along the boundary line gets good distance and goes over for a throw-in. And when it should have been a chance for a Richmond goal, the ball is at left half forward for the Crows. That's Bones' right ankle being strapped. Plenty of ice being used there.
Smart does the ruck work with Essler. McDermott. Kick towards centre half forward. Attacking the footy was Kellaway. Well done by him. Good stretch by Tyson. Rocco reckons he's played pretty well tonight. He's had some touches. First match. Centre half forward is a floating ball. Bickley. Pressure from Turner. Turner and Bickley still. Well done, Turner. Left hand handball. Couldn't quite make it all the way to Lees. Lees runs onto it, hooks it back. Wren sits, waits, or takes a chance off the ground. Is it a goal? It's the post from Richardson.
Good passage of play by Scott Turner.
Still with it. Oh, made a bit of a mess of it in the end. Lees' quick kick away. Getting underneath it is Pittman. Oh, didn't really take it with confidence. It's going to be easy in the end. Wren gets in there. Also Essler tries to get it out. Tregenza gets back. Looks for a couple of options, gets it back to Schwert. Well played by Tregenza. Schwert, pretty neat footballer, goes to Wiedemann. I'll give him a cheer. To McGuinness, who's had a big night. Modra's on the lead. McGuinness goes to him. Centres it. Hodges there as well. Good mark. Not paid by Richmond. I thought it was hurled. Smart's in there. Handball was slick. Kellaway ducked his head. Jarman's put the left footer, but no Crow back there. Sitting and waiting, and Campbell to bring it away.
Well done, Campbell. He's had plenty of touches of the football. It's been down there a lot, and he kicks the ball clear. It gets out near the wing. Schwert. McGuinness in trouble. Tackled by Free. We looked all right. No free kick there for Tony Free, and McGuinness picks himself up from the turf. McGuinness 16 kicks and 8 hand passes. And Campbell for Richmond 19 kicks, 10 hand passes and 7 marks. Chance now for Knights. Knights off the right foot. Just tries to throw it across his foot so he could get some penetration, but the mark taken by Pittman. Kicks into the centre of the ground. Not too bad either. Bickley. Oh, gee. Hasn't he had some touches? I think you've already mentioned that, Bruce. He's kicked towards full forward. Chance for Modra. Little kick off the ground. No, he gathers it. Still got it. Did get his foot to it and eventually goes over. one behind to the Crows. So he's kicked 8 goals, 3 now, Tony Modra. There's Todd Menegola prepares to kick it back in for Richmond. Scoreboard looking quite embarrassing now for the Tigers. They have to fight hard. It really does look an embarrassing situation for the Tigers. Wren, McGuinness leaves it behind. Campbell again. Hand pass, Tyson. In turn, Bullis. Bullis's kick is not very well controlled. He was under a little bit of pressure, so I guess there is a reasonable excuse for him that it goes over on the full and the free kick will be taken down here in front of us near centre wing by Scott Lee.
Runs in towards the centre and then goes with a long drop punt. Hodges was there coming in from the side. Esler punches it towards the boundary line and out of play. 15-10 to 3-8 on the 7 Sports scoreboard. Crows fans out in numbers again. Sell out. 46,500 here tonight. Great venue. Smart. Then tries to crash his way through. Wiedemann gets in. Jarman hooks it back. High ball. Modra outnumbered with Menegola. And a free kick going to Modra against Menegola. And that'll be, well, the umpire didn't see it, but it'll be 50 against Bullis. But it won't matter.
I think this kick's there.
You see there the holding of the jumper. Who's holding who? I suppose Monagola.
That's a good combination.
Where's he from? Where's he from?
Western Australia.
Well, Modra's kicked 8. Don's about to work it all out. He's kicked 9 now, Modra. 90 for the season. And it's Adelaide by plenty. It's 16-10 to 3-8.
Well, I suppose he was the instigator. This man, Menegola. But also, Modra had a little bit of a hand in it as well.
Well, the boys down on the forward line for the Adelaide Crows having quite a night. One in particular, Tony Modra, who's kicked 9 goals. And the umpire to restart play. There's Sean Rangi's played a terrific game. 3 kicks, 15 handballs, 17 hit-outs. And Bickley again forces the ball forward. Vacant centre half forward area. The race is on. Wiedemann. They all scream. And Wiedemann bangs it through. Another one for Adelaide.
Did that so easily, didn't they? Out of the centre. Wren. This man a favourite here at Football Park. Big punch. With Bickley. And then running onto it. A bit of a shove by Wiedemann to Maxfield, but the ball bounces truly for number 33 from Fish Creek initially, or originally.
What's the difference between initially and originally?
7-10 to 3-8. Work it out, Don. 112 to 26. 86-point margin. Wiedemann again. McGuinness streams away. Goes very long. Bouncing ball. Will it be? Putting back. Modra off the ground. 10 again. For the 3rd time this year.
Bit lucky
He's
then.
kicked 10. Very lucky.
Bit lucky. The Richmond player probably should have taken the mark. But there you go. He was there, wasn't he? Right where the action needed to be.
Kept running at him, didn't he?
91 for the year.
Gary Abbott's got some work to do tomorrow. How many did Fred Fanning kick?
I'm just a bit worried about me not taking the 1,000 to 1 you offered about him kicking 100 goals tonight.
Go on, Scotty.
When you're hot, you're hot. Modra certainly is hot. The ball bouncing truly, but when you're in a purple patch, everything runs your way, and it's certainly running his way tonight. Tony Modra.
18-10 to 3-8. They'll get clear again. Wiedemann, McGuinness. He's such a good kick, Tony McGuinness. Look, if it's not right on the chest, it certainly is to the advantage. Jarman, skillfully. No, he's in a bit of trouble, but he's got his foot to it somehow. Anderson, chipping in Lees. Hodges, kick off the ground by Maxfield. Goes back towards Tyson. Tyson away for Campbell. And all Campbell can do, he was under a bit of pressure. And I think he sized up the situation pretty well there, Wayne Campbell, and kicked it for touch. close to the wing. And we'll have a boundary throw in. Wren and Essler. But it goes through those players. It's at the back where Knights collects the football. He's kicking towards centre half forward. No mark taken. Chopped off by Lee. Very, very sure ball handler. Anderson, not real good with the right foot. Jarman, have a look at the way he picked that off. Now to Smart. Smart's kick. Full forward. Hodges, no. Callaway. Tackled by Liptak. Kick off the ground, Hodges. Goes to the forward pocket area. Wiedemann gathers. Can't break clear of Menegola. Maxfield in a bit of trouble. Schwert applies the tackle. Ball goes over for a throw-in the left forward pocket for the Crows.
They're not handballing as much tonight, the Crows. It's a better style of football. As I mentioned at half-time, they average about 180 handballs a game. They're up to about 95 in this the third quarter, so they won't get anywhere near that mark, and they're going long, especially from the centre of the ground to the full forward position.
Out on the full against Liptak. Lambert to take it in the back pocket. Tigers 26 to 118. Just 3 goals. Ring giving a free kick away. Essler's free kick at half-back.
And he's probably done his ankle too, big fella.
I think his boot might have just come off, Don. Not sure. Goes in short. Well, Tregenza one-handed and chop it off. Tyson's got it. Been all right, Tyson. 10th touch.
Hodges off row back on for Adelaide.
Tyson's kick up towards centre wing. Oh, Pittman couldn't quite hold it. Off the ground by Turner. Anderson there using his body pretty well. Kept it in front. Rashudo, good feel. Left it for Anderson.
Well done, Phil Anderson.
Chips it to Bickley. Bickley's 21 kicks now and 5 handballs. That one not a good one. Essler couldn't quite make it. Campbell comes in. Well, he's had a ton of touches as well. 20 kicks and 11 handballs. And he's easily been the biggest for Richmond. Livingston's kick. Bickley traps it cleverly. Well played to McGuinness. To Rashuto, who's also had a good turn. Goes long. Hard ball for Smart. It was a wobbly one. Liptak tried to rove it. Had an inspired opening 10 minutes in this term. Jarman claims it. And it'll be a ball up at centre wing. 18-10 to 3-8. So Richmond without a goal. And Adelaide has kicked 7 in this term.
7 goals to no goals to the Tigers in the third quarter, and they really have set up a decisive lead at three-quarter time. And at that break, Adelaide 18-10, 118, lead Richmond 3-8, 26.
The name of the game is Australia.
Take these chains.
If winter's already giving you the blues,
I'll take these chains.
Zammell's big chain and bracelet sale is bound to lift your spirits.
Take these chains.
Chains and bracelets.
These chains.
Chains and bracelets.
Take these chains. I'll take these chains.
Right now, you can really save yourself money on every sparkling chain and bracelet in every discovery.
We've got a body here.
And a mystery.
Why would a man burn himself to death?
Suicide, substitution, or murder. Terence and Harry turn detectives in a country practice. 7:30 Monday on 7.
Adelaide way over the top of Richmond. They lead 18-10, 118 to Richmond 3-8, 26 at three-quarter time.
Today's game is part of the Carlton and United Breweries 1993 AFL Premiership season.
After the football from Florence tonight, Italy versus Australia, the opening 2 singles rubbers in the Davis Cup quarter-final. Don't forget Sports World on Sunday. Check your local guides for your times there. And the football hour at 11 o'clock Eastern time. Well, Max has been down on the boundary, and I guess Cornsey would be pretty happy, Max. They've done the job.
Definitely is. And, Bruce, it is freezing down here, believe me. Coldest it's been all year. Now, Graham Cornsey's praised the forwards for their efforts tonight. The Crows' work rate out of the centre bouncers has been exceptional. In fact, nearly every area Graham Corns has been pretty happy with. First class tonight. The main issue now is percentage with a capital P. Now, Scott Hodges has gone straight down into the rooms. I understand he has a knee problem. We'll have more on that during the next quarter. And Randall Bone and ankle. John Northey, well, nothing on the interchange apart from injured players. His options very limited. John has told the players that please, just in this last quarter, show a bit of character.
Thanks for that, Max. So right up against it, Richmond at three-quarter time. We were talking about percentage. Adelaide gained 7 last week. And they could gain as much as that, if not more, tonight. As we look at the third quarter stats, Don.
It's shocking as far as Richmond are concerned. Well, they've had 61 possessions in a game at a quarter of football. It's not very much, is it, when you combine the handballs and the kicks together? But the centre breaks, Liptak doing very well in getting the ball out, and then they're very quick into the forward line with long kicks.
Don, a lot of those possessions by Richmond really have been null and void, haven't they? Because they've been under a lot of pressure, whereas Adelaide have had them in the clear.
Well, they've turned the ball over a lot. Unforced errors, I suppose you'd say, as far as Richmond go, but statistically, Adelaide doing very well. They get about 218 kicks, average 218 kicks a game, 180-odd handballs. Well, they're below that and playing a better type of football.
So the margin of 92 points. Start of the final term. Adelaide 18-10, 118, Richmond 3-8-26, 7 Sports scoreboard. Modra's got 10 goals. Hodges holds the record, 11 against Geelong last year as McGuinness goes towards full forward. And Hodges looking on from the boundary line as Modra gets hold of it around his body, keeps it from going out on the full and out of play. Max Stevens.
The Adelaide doctor has just told me, Bruce, that Scott Hodges has a knee sprain and won't be taking any further part, but it's not that serious.
So a couple of minor injuries for Adelaide with Bone and Hodges, neither to come back, but from Richmond's point of view, much more serious with McQueen and Bond. So we're down to 18 aside, all square there, but not on the board. Maxfield concedes a behind. And I guess it doesn't matter much, really, at 18-11 to 3-8. Maxfield and Liptak. There's a fair bit of that in the first couple of minutes of the footy, wasn't there? When Richmond came out firing at Adelaide, but it's been one way since. I think Maxfield's just saying to Liptak, run away and go for the footy.
Well, I wonder what that really does. Richmond now kick the ball back in, and actually that must have been close to being a free kick for the Crows, but the boundary umpire, very close to the action, decides that a throw-in should take place. It's about 65-70 metres around from the Crows' goal. Liptak taken out of it by Maxfield. Kick off the ground, goes back near the centre. Turner tries to tap it on through his legs. In goes Lambert. Gatherers by Anderson. Good sure ball handling by Greg Anderson. Short pass is down.
There's a player hurt too. That's
Pittman, was it? Tregenza's kick. And Modra takes it. Terrific, Jess Mark. It was a good pass.
I don't know what they're going to do if Pittman's got to get off. He seems to be favouring, well, he is favouring the left leg. But here's the mark to Modra. How many will he post?
Well, he's kicked 91 so far for the year. 10 tonight. Bruce going for all the statistics. What are we going to quote, Bruce?
Well, he'll equal Hodges' record. He's kicked 10 3 times this year, and he's still only kicked 10 3 times this year.
That was a bad miss, wasn't it? He wasn't all that far out. Maybe just took it a little bit too easy. 10-4 now, his tally.
So this season, 4 times he's kicked 7, 3 times 10, and in 12 matches he's kicked 5 or better, and he's playing in his 15th match, so it's a very good record. Essler couldn't quite mark it. Smart crashes his way through. He's kicked a couple tonight, lines up for his third, and puts it through. That's damaging, isn't it?
It's quick for a big guy.
He really could develop into one of the centre-half forwards in the competition. We've got some beauties, Carey and Kernahan coming to mind, and Brereton in recent times, but this fellow's got potential to be a very, very important centre-half forward.
Well, he's got so much athleticism, hasn't he?
And the other thing, he's got a great football brain. Just watching him do the ruck work earlier, he's got, you mentioned earlier about the athleticism, Bruce, but he's also got a great spring and also a knowledge of where to put his body and how to palm the ball.
19-12 to 3-8. Essler gets the tap out. Free, held in by McGuinness. Taken by Bickley, but the free kick, well, maybe there, but just a little query on it. Tony Free will take it in the centre of the ground for the Tigers. It's a long time since they've kicked a goal. They were 3-6 at half-time. They didn't kick one in the third quarter, and the Crows will repel that attacking move. It's Rashuto's kick, out for Anderson. Oh, gee whiz. He turns his opposition inside out. Jarman from behind. Marks over Lambert. Goes long. Lets himself down. The kick slews off the side of his boot. He was looking for the full forward, but it really wasn't the kick that Andrew Jarman desired, and it's a boundary throw-in in the right forward pocket. That's Patterson, Paul Patterson, the Adelaide Crows player.
In disguise.
And he may have some sort of a security or police uniform or something like that.
I think he's a little bit more than security.
Free kick back here is going to Essler in the back pocket for Richmond.
Up towards centre wing, Anderson there with Livingston. I guess you'd say he's done pretty well on McDermott. And big win for Adelaide. McDermott's only had 3 kicks, 9 handballs. Bickley looking for a free kick, probably should have got one. Lambert's there, and it'll be a ball up.
Well, he was held and didn't have the football.
So centre wing, Patterson in the special operations in the police force, and trying to get back into this Crows team with West Adelaide in the local competition. Lambert's handball didn't go very far. Anderson rode that very well to Bickley, who's had 22 kicks. That one towards full forward. Modric caught behind this time, brought it to ground. Wiedemann interferes with the Richmond player. No free kick now, looks for a holding the ball decision, trying to barge their way through Richmond. Jarman spins out of it. Now gets a high tackle and a free kick. And might get 50. He'll love this, Andrew Jarman.
Oh, wouldn't you like to know what he was saying to Tony Free there?
A certain goal, and here's the free kick around the neck initially, and then he went on with a Tony Free when the free kick had already been paid, and the umpire, no alternative.
Jarman's kicked 1 and now 2. Adelaide have got 20.
The name of the game is Australia.
The battle for the ultimate tennis trophy takes us to Florence, Italy, where the Aussies, hot on the heels of their courageous win over the US, take on the Italians. Day 2 of the Davis Cup quarterfinals continues tonight, exclusive to 7 Sport.
All aboard for Stratco Steel City.
Don't let winter rains damage your home. Save on Stratco gutter and downpipe. Attractive tubular heritage fencing is available in easy-to-install panels. Enhance the appeal of your home with a traditional bullnose veranda. Save 20% on quality Stratco home sheds, complete with roller doors.
Visit a Stratco Steel City near you at Jepps Cross, Richmond and Lonsdale for factory direct savings.
Go Berserk, the Ice Arena Mount Beverton, open 7 days a week.
Morning, Rosa. Morning, Rosa.
Good morning, how are you?
How about a tosha for it? Oh, yeah? Sounds fair.
At Agostino Mitsubishi, we've even beaten the price rise on the sporty Lancer GR Coupe. But hurry, this price cannot last. And I'll guarantee you'll always get a fair deal. If not, I'll shave off my mo.
Not only does the Co-op have very competitive variable home loan rates, we've also scrapped our fees on these loans. So call the Co-op on 213-1888.
A mysterious death.
What is missing? Any idea?
A stolen will.
We'll find out who she paid to do this.
A beautiful black woman accused of murder.
Well, I can hardly wait to talk to her.
The Heat, 9:30 Tuesday, after Australia's Most Wanted.
Well, as if Richmond haven't had a dirty night already, we believe Matthew Knights may have had his number taken for a high tackle on Greg Anderson. I don't think he's that sort of player, but anyway, inadvertently, he may have been reported. His kick towards left half forward, the mark is taken by Richardson, who's been very quiet, Matthew Richardson. Just 1 kick, 1 handball and 2 marks. Richmond forced the ball up towards full forward, but the mark taken back there by Wren, who is a very good player. Away for Lee, Rashudo, handball for the captain, McDermott. He's had a quiet night. Give credit to Livingston, who's cut him out pretty well. Kick towards the wing area, and the mark, no, it's a free kick being paid to Richmond, and it will go back to Brian Lees. McDermott, 4 kicks and 9 hand passes, which very much so is a quiet night by his standards. Lees kick, centre half forward, marking contest, no one can take it. Jamieson for McGuinness. McGuinness, 19 kicks and 10 hand passes. Ball to right half forward. Back goes Jarman. Good contest. Campbell. Jarman's got the footy. Gets it to Liptak. Oh, did he know he was there? It was terrific if he did. Eventually Anderson. Rowe. Callaway. In trouble, but he gets his left foot to it. Doesn't really go quite far enough for the Tigers. Essler falling. Not falling. A trick, according to the central umpire. Away for Lambert. Lambert's kick a little too high there for Maxfield. In comes the big guy again. Held, but he didn't have the football. No, he was tripped. So Wren will take the free kick for Adelaide just behind centre wing.
16 handballs to Wren tonight. Liptak the target, centre wing. Adelaide by 106 points. Looking for percentage here and getting it in a big way. Jarman round his body. Up towards Modra, who's kicked 10. Leads in the race. Bouncing ball. Off the ground by Kellaway. Was it out in the fall? It was. So that's stiff.
He's got his third opponent now, Bullis. Menangola's gone down onto the forward line for Richmond.
Actually, Bullis let the boundary umpire know all about it then. Now, Modra kicked a check side goal in the first quarter from the pocket and up the other end here, similar angle, and then he's kicked 10 and well done.
That was on for a long time, wasn't it?
Well, you reckon if John Northey had enough men, he might just take Bullis off, but he's got no one to take his place. Moreau's going to have to come back.
Situations like these, this is when they should ring the bell on a game. There's just no way known Richmond are going to get up.
Get up?
That's why I say you ring the bell.
Embarrassment. That's what they should be doing.
Rowe gets his first, had a couple of misses. Modra and Rowe congratulate one another. 21-12 to 3-8.
Not so much Adelaide's score. I mean, 21-12 was good with still 18 minutes left. But Richmond, they were 3-6 at half time, 3-8 at three-quarter time, and they're still 3-8. Lamentable. Graham Corns, I'm sure he'd be pretty happy with the situation because Adelaide were looking for a percentage booster tonight.
Footy lost here, and Corns looking on the coach. Was asking for percentage after the game was won in the three-quarter time break, and well, he's getting just that. Back in the centre, Wren to go against Essler.
The margin, 112 points. McGuinness looking for Wiedemann. Can't get, yes, well done in the finish. Just got his fist to it. Scott Lee, lip tap. Where's the full forward on a lead? The pass, looks for him. He gathers. Handball for Jarman. Oh, just a little bit too far.
That was a great kick by Scott Lee because he was under a bit of pressure there, but still have enough composure just to slow down for that instant and hit Liptak with the ball.
Boundary throw in. Smart doing the ruck work. Essler there. So is Stephen Rowe. Leaves it for Jarman. Little hand pass along the boundary line. It's still in. Liptak gather. Looks for Anderson. Gets onto that favoured left foot. Kicks to the front of the goals. Back there is Tony Free for the Tigers. Free kicks it back in the centre of the ground. Turner. Can't control the footy. Oh, well done by Tregenza. The ball handling was perfect, and so was the pass. It hits Bickley on the chest. Player on his own in the forward pocket. It's Rowe, and he takes the chest mark under a little bit of duress, and he'll shoot for his second goal.
An easy chest mark, despite Tony Free a little late. He knew he's well within kicking distance, Stephen Rowe, as he lines up for his second.
Very handy goal scorer. On this occasion, he hooks the kick, and it's through for just one behind. 21-13 to 3-8. 17 minutes left. It's Bullis to kick the ball back into play for the Tigers. Doesn't quite get the distance that he wanted. McDermott can't take the mark, but he's quick to recover. Wren Off to Tregenza. Tregenza kicks it high in the air. Rowe can't take the mark. Recovery good. Andrew Jarman. Brilliant.
His third goal, Andrew Jarman. And get everything now going right. Richmond, they've been pitiful. Here's Wren, the handball back. Jarman will just sit for him. Here it is, the handball out. Just a little 9-iron over the top, his third.
3 to Jarman and 22 to Adelaide on the 7 Sports scoreboard. 22-13, 145 to 3-8, 26. A real thumping here. Lambert, Daffy, kick high in the air, touch play on. Bickley won the ball. It's brought to ground. So many Adelaide players accumulating impressive statistics here tonight. Wiedemann with a bit of pace and gusto. Daffy, well done. To Lambert, good handball inside. This is better. Free, goes for goal. Hasn't kicked it. It's got it right there. Remembering the Tigers haven't got one since the second term. Jamison, handball didn't have much on it. Defending strongly, Schwert. Wren tries to barge his way through. Gets a free kick. Advantage is given to Adelaide. They come out of defence. They've done so often. Ben Hart has been immaculate tonight. It came off Tregenza. Now McGuinness, who's knocked up with possessions. Hart backed him up, waited for it. And away he goes. Got such composure for 19 years of age. Jarman with his 3 goals is enjoying himself. Inside to Jamison is normally a beautiful kick, and that's a marvellous effort. God, football, wasn't it, by Jamison, squaring it perfectly to Modra, who really should kick this goal to finish off an impressive
Actually, there was
bit of play.
some fantastic running. Hart, you mentioned Jamison. That was a fantastic build-up. Copybook build-up. The only thing about Adelaide is the fact that they've buried the opposition tonight. They've just increased on every quarter they've played the margin.
If you wanted to be on the end of a foot pass, he'd have to be probably the best player in this side, wouldn't he, Rod Jamison, with his delivery?
He's a beautiful kick for the of the ball, especially for goal, Jamison.
10 to Modra. Will this be 11? Snuck it in. He's got it. Well, he's in new territory. First time he's kicked 11 in an AFL match. 92 goals for the season.
Well, I thought he might have been choking Modra when he lined up earlier in this last quarter. And here's Jamison. This is terrific running from the back man. And also, Modra was being retained by Bullis and still took the mark.
Wren gets a lovely little tap down for McGuinness. They're into attack again, the Crows. They've got the numbers up here at half forward. Jarman controlling the football. He'll get another one, Andrew. No, he won't. He'll blast away and miss by a big margin. It's out on the full. And he's appealing that maybe there was a hand pass on. He was a bit ignorant to it. But the ball finishes with Bullis. And that's been Richmond's tail all night. He's got no one to kick to, so he just has to bomb away. Out towards half-back. Wren nearly took the mark. McGuinness, good hand pass. Bickley smothered. He may get another chance. Bickley still in the action. Kick off the ground by Free. Back near the centre of the ground. Out comes Schwert. He leaves it behind. Tipped the kick off the ground by Knights. Taken by Lee. Lee's kick. Centre half forward marking contest. No one can take it. Lip tack. Handball. Jarman. Back to Wiedemann. Wiedemann gets some space and then just kicks it into the path of Modra. Taken by Rowe. Handball Wren. You cap it off, son. You kick a goal because you deserve it. Big Sean Wren kicks another goal. They're 24th for the evening. 24-13 to 3-8.
Well, he had Modra on his left. Wren and Modra was desperately trying to make position to get the handball. But there he is. He set it up, hit it hard, Modra. And there's Wren, who's done it down back and now doing it up forward.
(24-13 to 3-8), 157 to 26 on the 7 Sports scoreboard. A very sorry tale for the Tigers. Great tale if you're a Crow supporter. They've been outstanding tonight.
And not one Crow supporter has left the stadium, Bruce.
I wonder why, Don.
That's what was on the full, I reckon, that.
157 to 26. We look down on the official attendance of 45,104. As Bickley, deep in the pocket, does a very good job to bring it back. Liptak wasn't sure. Probably thought Modra was going hard for it in the mark taken by Bullers. Short kick to centre half back was dangerous. Jarman has had 21 touches since coming on in the second quarter. Lee caught a little, gets a kick in. Liptak's under pressure here. It should be Maxfield should have marked that. Modra off the ground to Campbell. Well, Campbell's had 32 touches, so I guess he's one Richmond player. He shouldn't be too disappointed individually. Lambert back to Campbell. Campbell goes short. Not a bad passage of play. Hogg's had a quiet night, and he takes the mark on centre wing. Come on, Tigers, get a goal in the second half.
I think he's had his confidence completely sapped by young Ben Hart when he was playing up at full forward. And he wouldn't be the first one that Ben Hart has taken apart in a game of football. Boundary throw in at between wing and right half forward for the Tigers. Essler, Lambert, now Menegola. Kick in towards full forward, and the mark is taken by Richardson. Richardson, you would probably classify him as within scoring distance, and have a look at that shiner. Oh, to run into something fairly fierce last week in the game against Footscray. Good young prospect, Matthew Richardson, even though he's had a quiet night tonight. He's kicked close to the line, and Big Ring gets back. Can't take the mark. Bauer against the boundary line. Schwert applies some pressure, and eventually the free kick is going to Bauer.
He's hurt himself, Wren, too. He's in the goal, or the point posts. After contesting that mark.
Get lucky, Bauer ducking his head. Well, he's got the football. He runs around the man on the mark, kicks for goal. It's pretty close. I think it's a goal. So after a very much a dry area as far as goals are concerned for the Tigers, they kick their third goal sometime in the second quarter. They get their fourth goal halfway through the last term.
Just looking at Wren, he's hobbling back to the centre. He clashed when going for that mark, so he's obviously hurt his hip. He's back there to contest this bounce down.
Back to 125 points here. Wren, who did hurt himself going for that mark in the square. More than 10 minutes still remaining. 157 to 32. Pittman went off the ground. Lambert's handball was a centering one. Tyson in his first game. McDermott's quick give put Wiedemann under a bit of pressure, actually. Hogg over the top of the footy. McDermott with him, the two captains together. And it'll be a bounce down in the centre square. Richmond slightly into attack. Hogg one goal tonight. Maxfield a couple. Bauer getting that goal for Richmond. 11 for Modra, 3 for Smart for the Crows. Wren and Essler together. Quick kick by Scott Lee up towards half forward. Jarman, who's got rid of that one, but has played himself back into a bit of form in the last 2 weeks. Turner pushed off the footy. Campbell yet another possession. That one doesn't go very far. Bauer waits for, gets caught by Squirt. Hung on to him for a long time. Wren takes it, went to go off. Yet another handball for him to Rashuto, who normally kicks long. It's a feature of his game. Into the centre. Smart attacks as he always does. Or Anderson got tripped up. Should have got, it does get the free. He might have hurt himself there.
Yeah, well, that's where those incidents really are very much undesirable. That could have caused a severe injury there to Anderson.
Squares it to Scott Lee, and he's in a bit of trouble, Anderson.
Can't be too bad if he took his kick.
Now Rashuto to centre half forward, Rowe in the front spot. Held his ground very well, but Richmond take it away. Here's Lees.
And at the end there, now a chance for Daffy. Daffy's kick is pretty good. He finds Menegola, left half forward. Menegola's kick into the pocket. No mark taken. Ball goes through to the back. Big Wren tries a shepherd. Was it fair? Rashuto appealing for a free kick. Play goes on. Richardson, that hand pass chopped off by Schwert. Little kick to centre half back. They're going to build something here. Scott Lee forced to kick long in towards half forward. Marking contest. Jarman leaves it for McGuinness. Where's the full forward? McGuinness's kick out into the path of Modra. Kick off the ground. Goes to the front of the square. Back there Maxfield. And he's quite prepared to kick it over. In that right forward pocket for the Crows, we'll have a throw in. 22 kicks and 14 handballs for Tony McGuinness. Ruck contest in the forward pocket. Essler. Smart gets the front posse. Out comes Free. Tony Free. His kick goes out towards the wing. Wiedemann. Handball. Not all that good, but Scott Lee had plenty of time. Anderson from 48 metres. The kick slews off the side of his boot. Bounces just inside the boundary line. And Greg Anderson looking under a little bit of duress there. 24 and 11. Another excellent game. 25 and 7 to Bickley. And 22 and 14 to McGuinness. And just to top it off, 19 and 7 to Lee, 19 and 2 to Modra.
There's a lot there, isn't there? 4-8, 24-13. Wren with 19 handballs. Rashuto's had 16 kicks. So they've built some big stats, as you would expect, because they lead by so much. Poor bounce. Didn't give the ruckman much chance. Smart tries to crash through, gets a free. No, holding the ball this time. Free kick to Richmond.
You really think the umpire should bounce again in those situations, don't you?
Well, you hit Essler on the nose, that one, didn't it?
If you can't bounce it, why wouldn't they throw it in the air?
Kellaway, very short, gets Daffy at centre half back, can run off for Richmond and try and set something up. Goes into the centre square. Oh, Bickley, what happened there?
He's put that on, actually.
Missed it completely. Schwert attacked the footy strongly. Lees went to ground but did okay. Wiedemann chopped it off. He's been all right since he's come on. Scott Lee, another possession to Bickley, running through the centre. Modra the target. It'll be cut off though. And Kellaway away to Daffy for the second time in a minute. Daffy swings it out to Tony Free. This is his 19th kick. He's high on the list in the AFL. Lee just stands underneath. Yep, pressure and courage required there. Under pressure, would have known what was happening. Back
his kick, very good, Bruce, wasn't it? He saw Smart at right half forward. Smart plays on, gives it to Bickley, who's run brilliantly. This time that kick in short, too high for Modra, and a good mark taken by Bullis. Bullis for Richmond. Goes across the goal front and finds Campbell in the right back pocket. Campbell's kick out wide, too far for Tyson, but he got his footing back again and did well. Good boy. Away to Campbell. Campbell's at right half back. He's done some good running and he's played pretty well. He's kicked towards half forward for the Tigers. Back is Pittman. Menegola applies the tackle. Ball spills free. Hand pass, not all that good. Wren chops it off. Hand pass for Schwert. That's his 20th hand pass, the big ruckman. And that kick by Schwert has been marked by Nigel Smart. And he's near the centre of the ground. Probably 2 kicks from goal. He goes across to centre half forward. And Modra couldn't take the mark, but he's been pushed. And he'll take the free kick about 50 metres from goal. Interesting to see where the umpire marks this. I'm probably going to ask the player on the mark to go back inside 50. Only just. So it's going to take a very, very good kick. Look at Scott Lee running, will you? Look at this. Yep, it's on. He's going to run in and kick a goal. No, he's not. Go back to the back line, Scott. Out of bounds on the full. Free kick back there. There's Scott Lee, who did some terrific running to get into a position to take the pass from Modra. The free kick in that back pocket to be taken by Maxfield.
Wren getting set, but Anderson chips in to take it. 24 and 11 Anderson. Jarman was short. Modra's in the goal square. He's a very long kick, Anderson. He put it right there. And it is right there. Modra sets himself. Front spot comes to ground. Campbell gets a quick kick away. Lambert mops up to Daffy at half back. Back pocket region now. Anderson stops and props him on the mark. The high kick. Wren getting back. Oh, gee, he's higher than best players. I'm glad it's you, Don, or Robbo giving the votes. I think it's Don. We've got a few. Short. Bickley. Now Modra setting himself, remembering that he's tied for the Adelaide Crows record on 11. Goes high and holds it. Great mark.
You couldn't describe it, could you? Thank goodness we've got a camera to capture it. Look at this. Hands to it first and then brings it down on the second attempt. Spectacular.
Good feel there by Rowe too, I reckon.
Oh, I thought he might have just held it up, did he?
Yeah.
Or just got out of the road
No,
and let him get the
I think he
second
got out of
grab
the
at
road.
it? Okay.
He had a good feel for the footy there. Well, could he kick 12? Remember, Hodges has got the record for the club, 11. Modra's got 92 for the season. He's given it a hook and missed it. So he has missed. What's
In
he
this
got?
last quarter, he's only
5.
kicked one goal in this last quarter.
11-5 he's kicked.
Another great mark. When we look at the marks of the year, he's going to have 3 or 4 that are high in contention.
Kick in goes near the centre of the ground. Opportunity for Lambert, caught by Lee, but he shrugs the tackle. Good hand pass out for Free. Free's kick up towards full forward. No mark taken. Jamison got to the front. Richardson infringing. Jamison takes the free kick. Handball away. Oh, that was cocky. Rashudo's caught, but he gets it back to Jamison, who was able to help out and make up for that poor hand pass. The ball out near the wing where Turner gathers, kicks across his body in towards the centre of the ground. The big fellow leaves it behind. In comes Callaway. His kick not really all that effective. Holt tries to tap it on. Here goes Wiedemann. But Free does well. And Tony Free's little left foot kick chopped off by Rashudo. Where's he going to kick it to? To the wide open spaces of the far wing. Out there is Bickley and Matthew Knights. Knights does well. Gets rid of Bickley. Has a good look. In towards the centre of the ground. No mark taken. Wiedemann's got the football. Handball McGuinness gets past Lambert. McGuinness sizing it up. Kicks it out near the wing. No mark taken. Chance now for Callaway. Away for Campbell. Campbell's kick in the centre of the ground. Big Essler, a little slow. Oh, Crows with numbers. Jarman, McDermott, that was a two-hander. Schwert, high, and the mark taken by Tregenza.
Jarman running. Tregenza's kick not good. Just too slow and too high. Now Smart. Very rarely gets caught when he's got the footy. McDermott back to Smart. Don't make a lie of me now, Nigel. Goes back to McGuinness, high one torpedo. This will be difficult to mark. They set themselves to ground. Jarman's kicked 3. Here's Modra hit. Could he get his 12th? Yes, he can. 12 to Modra, so he's broken the record. Most by a Crow in the AFL. Poor old Scotty's looking on. Modra knows about it too. Scotty Hodges on the interchange. Don?
Well, he just doesn't show much emotion after he's kicked the ball. He showed emotion when he got his 10th, Modra. And there he is showing emotion, knowing he's kicked his 12th goal, a club record. He certainly, I believe, choked a bit in the last quarter. And having a shot, he's tied himself up a little bit, put himself under a lot of pressure. There again, he's broken it. Let's hope he can go on and kick a couple more. Only, 2 minutes left?
22 kicks and 2 handballs. Here they come again. McGuinness from Wiedemann.
Too far.
Far to Tony. The kick in short. And the mark taken by Campbell. Campbell's kick goes back out towards half-back. Lambert takes the mark and kicks it further afield, but not too far. Tregenza's going to bang it straight back in the Modra direction. Short. Lambert marks. So a couple of ill-directed kicks there by both sides. Lambert high out near the wing. No mark taken. Bauer back for Tyson. That kick smothered off the boot. Boundary throw in on centre wing. So a big percentage booster for the Adelaide side this evening. Kicking plenty of goals, led by their full forward Tony Modra, who's kicked 12. Jarman 3, Nigel Smart 3. Wiedemann, McDermott, share it around. Schwert, short kick, good. Bickley plays on. Quick off the mark. Bickley's kick towards the full forward area. Goes through Modra. Lip tack, hooks it and hooks it too far and kicks it behind. 2 goals, 2 for that player. 13 kicks and 7 handballs and just 40 seconds left in the game.
West Coast next week at Subiaco on the Sunday. Big game for the Crows. And they're going to go in there with 4 consecutive wins and a fair bit of form behind them. Bullis goes wide. Anderson at the back then. Tony Free, who's with Campbell been the possession getters for Richmond. Brian Lee squares it up. Bauer runs onto it. Tyson running at it. Richardson got rid of it in a hurry. Bauer tries to break a tackle. Couldn't quite do it. Handball on the up by Lee. Wiedemann. McGuinness Jamison, normally a great kick, touches it down. Might try and go all the way here. High one, right to the square. Can Modric get up again and take another one? He's down on the ground, left foot, that's his 13. Oh, 13 with the siren sounding. Well, what a way to finish. 13 goals. Well, he may not be Michael Jordan, but he was Ian Modric tonight. Bullis congratulates him. Adelaide finish on the highest note possible. You couldn't have scripted it better. Modric kicking 13, taking him into new territory, and the Crows have slaughtered the Tigers. They really have tonight. It's the only real word for it. 26-15, 171 to 4-8-32. Massive victory, huge percentage boost. What about poor old Scotty? Got an injury, didn't kick a goal and saw his record taken, but he'd be pretty happy that the Crows have won by so much. And 45,000 people, and probably 35 to 36 are still here.
Singing the song.
And the game isn't played live in Adelaide, but they'll be back watching it tonight to all hours of the morning. And Tony Modric's had a night he won't forget. The fullback congratulates the full forward. They both did their job remarkably well. Well, can they go all the way and make the finals? Can they
They've got
finish?
good spirit, haven't they? I mean, each time you watch them come off the ground after they've had any sort of a win, they do seem to mix pretty well. So that's a good sign.
So in summing up, it was Modric's night and the Crows. 26-15, 171 to 4-8-32.
7 Sports congratulates Adelaide.
I hope you enjoyed tonight's game from Football Park, but our sports coverage doesn't end there. Shortly we will cross to Florence for the Davis Cup quarter-final between Australia and Italy. And there is plenty of local interest, with Mark Woodford involved in the singles and joining Todd Woodbridge for the doubles rubber. So stay with us.
Football 93, proudly brought to you by Mitsubishi Motors, BP Australia, Carlton and United Breweries, Telecom Australia, McDonald's, Nike, Ansett Australia and Foodland.